probably not something you're going to be able to publish.
we should tell him tomorrow, or
Yeah.
it's something we tell him tomorrow, right? So let's see here. We'll
Oh, there's an ace.
Oh, there we go.
What happened?
Nice. Let me go. I'll see if I can.
Wait a minute, hold on. What are we doing?
Yeah, because you can check the comments right there.
What are we doing?
We're twitching.
We're gonna Twitch.
We're going to make a video? What's that mean?
It's
Just live stream.
yeah,
Oh, we're
live.
live streaming?
We're live. We're already
I guess
live.
we're not allowed to curse?
Well, maybe not to the extent you're used to.
I don't know. I mean,
I'll keep it clean, but let's what are we
let's
doing?
see here.
Live streaming?
Live streaming, yeah.
When?
Oh, I see it.
I'm gonna see how.
Where's the camera?
I guess I can't change the title. I don't know where to change the title. You
Come
guys
on,
gotta-
let's live stream this shit.
So get.
Let's
let me
get
see.
real.
We are. We've been streaming already.
Oh, we have?
Actually, you are on camera.
All right, I'm playing
Get bits.
what I'm playing not spades.
Solitaire?
Yeah.
Solitary.
Yeah.
How are you playing solitary with everyone here?
So,
I got this. This is a live stream.
Lose ground since you're live. So it's gonna take a little while for people.
We're in Rico.
We're in Puerto Rico.
Nah, it's Rico.
And we're Rico. That's it. That's all you're doing.
It's Rico.
So we're here.
short.
We're drinking.
Yeah, we're having a Red Bull and some Absolute.
Is that what we're having?
One shot of Absolute and some Red Bull. But Tommy went and spiked them.
Oh, it was this idea to put alcohol on them?
Yeah, well,
I stopped at one shot and then.
Wow.
one shot.
Yeah.
One shot my ass. But anyway, disregard that.
Just conveniently forget the peer pressure to pour more in.
Alright. And
So we're here with Tom. You
Yes.
guys might know him as the battery guy.
battery
Tom
guy.
Hammerman, the battery guy.
I'm the reluctant battery guru, and you're not reluctant. You're all in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in.
Oh, I'm going down with the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's cool.
I'm just an asshole hanging out.
We're drinking.
Oh, fuck out of here. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say that. We were keeping this clean a minute
We're
ago.
keeping it clean.
Hey, you lasted 15 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
It's all right. Listen, here's what we're doing, right?
He didn't curse.
We're gonna be.
for 5 seconds. Let me post.
You're gonna
it on the
look for
channel
us in
so that
Florida.
people can go.
We're gonna be in Florida in like
What's up, Island Times?
8 months.
Alright. I'm gonna invite people in the channels just so that they can join us
Yeah,
because
do
no one
that.
knows.
Don't we leave her all
We would
day.
have about 200 people if we were like already in the channel, but you know, I had to ruin that.
They won't
I
last
had to
long.
ruin that. Delete. So
Not
here's the
this
picture. Is
Ow.
that the, yeah, that's the
I
one.
got a splinter from the table.
Oh, yeah, it's just like a.
Bitch. Son of a bitch. Alright.
Yeah. So you're playing solitary. And
Nah, I'm
then-
done.
Oh, you're done now. Okay.
I've had enough of this shit. I got a splinter.
Let's see.
So,
With Tom.
we're down here in Puerto Rico for how long?
We're in Dorado for a week.
Right, for a week to do a business deal.
Yeah.
We're still,
It's gonna be one of those deals.
It's epic.
It's gonna be epic.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be epic.
Actually, that's not the best. Well, is it the best? There's 6 people with us here.
It's gonna be an epic deal here.
It's gonna be. Post a quick video on YouTube. I should. Okay.
Do it
we'll
on
restart.
YouTube.
You know what?
Restart
You know what?
the bitch.
Yeah, let's do it because it's actually a lot easier to do it that way,
Yeah, go on YouTube.
so that
We'll
people
have
can
to get
join us.
motherfucker.
What's
See. Wild Humphreys wants to know, what does the healthcare situation look like down there?
It blows.
I run a telemedicine network.
I'll answer all questions.
Hey guys, we are live on Twitch right now. I'm here talking to my buddy Tom.
What's up, guys?
Yes, we're in Puerto Rico
How you doing? We're in Rico.
and we're drinking.
No,
So this live Twitch might get
this is absolute.
a little interesting.
Absolute and Red Bull.
We're gonna
Yeah.
spill all the beans.
We're gonna
Yeah.
spill all the beans, all the battery beans. So
Yeah.
come join us. Click on the link below.
Yeah.
And then
It's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be epic.
Oh, you guys don't know. Oh boy.
So next.
Yeah, Wild Humphreys. I don't know how the storm impacted the healthcare system. I mean, I would imagine that.
Killed it.
Yeah, I would imagine that it suffered a lot, but I don't think that. I'm pretty sure that the healthcare is probably the top priority. You know, probably a lot higher
Wouldn't
than.
the electric be?
Yeah, well, the electric would
Well,
definitely
I guess
go.
secondary
Yeah,
to the
you're gonna make
healthcare,
sure
right?
that the
Yeah.
hospitals get power first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we don't live in Puerto Rico, so Jay's from California, and we're
Yeah.
from right outside of
California.
Philadelphia.
We're like foreigners
Yeah,
that have no clue what we're doing.
Hey, wait. I know what I'm doing.
No, I don't mean that. In the
I'm gonna
sense
enjoy
of how,
Puerto Rico.
how Puerto Rico's doing. Everywhere
Oh, yeah,
we went
yeah.
tonight was closed.
Yeah, that's true. Today we were like, is this how Puerto Rico is,
yeah.
right?
We
Yeah.
almost
Restaurants
drove our
open.
rental into the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, a lot of well, we were in an area that had no power, so no street lights,
Exactly, no.
and we went to look for 4 different restaurants and could not find one.
It's a shame down here what's happening to these people.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. It's a real shame.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely plenty of areas that are recovered, but you
I
can
think-
tell there's a class
I
warfare.
think since we've been down here, it was like 2 street lights that
Yeah.
worked, right? Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of hope, and we're here to help. So you know what I
Yeah,
mean. There's a lot of
yeah.
help.
That's why we're here.
These people are gonna work themselves out of this
Sure.
situation.
Minor setback.
Yeah, this is just
Basically.
this is the thing. There's a lot more opportunity here than there is tragic.
Yeah.
So
By the way, this is a beautiful, beautiful
That's awesome.
place.
Yep.
So keep your hopes up and God bless all of you.
Chan, how do I? Okay, I'm just trying to. Oh, here we go.
What's you on?
Oh, really? It just puts my channel? I guess it just puts my channel.
Are there opportunities for you guys to get FEMA contracts or something to build out solar systems? We don't know about FEMA contracts, but we did meet up with the island's largest solar company today, and we just sort of struck a preliminary deal that should grow. So,
Well, that is that was framed like that. I actually didn't think
Yeah.
about it like that.
yeah.
Now that you framed it
He
like that,
wanted
it's like-
20,000. He said get the 30,000 ready, and then. But
Basically it
it
is.
seems like we're going to end up doing a lot of the work in Florida, and then bringing it down here. So all the testing will happen in Florida.
Yeah, from Florida to here. So we are on our way to help you guys
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the best we can.
all these batteries, building a lot of microgrids, all that stuff. Okay,
Yep.
so I think I posted a video now on my channel.
Okay.
It's got 40 views.
Let me see.
So, and it's got the link now.
How do we share? Oh, damn it! I just.
Any more questions? I like the questions.
Yeah, we'll look at the question. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of questions.
Let's
now, right?
ask them.
Post Island 10 says post a quick video on YouTube. Yeah, I just did that.
How do we share? Oh, here we go. Share to.
Everywhere, Tom. Fuck it. Let's get everybody involved.
Everyone involved.
By the third one of these, we fucking. This is exciting.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, they'll start coming in or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hanging with the fast crowd. Wait, hanging for the fast crowd. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Fast
What do you
crowd.
mean with
crowd.
hanging with the fast crowd?
Explain that.
I'm the youngest one of all these guys. No,
Yeah.
actually, no. You're
No,
younger
he's the
than
youngest.
me.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm kind of the old
How
man
do I
here.
find that? There
I'm
we
the
go.
old bastard.
You're the young guy.
Yeah, I'm the old bastard.
Oh, Wild Humphrey says, I live in Florida. If you need a couch, I got you. We might have to take that up on you because these business trips are getting a little expensive.
Hey, Wild Humphreys, don't offer us that because we'll take you up on it and you will be sorry.
You'll have us on that couch. Don't worry
Because
about
the vodka and Red Bull will be with us.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
I live in Florida. Oh, so that's what he's saying, right? If you need a couch. Hoping to have a small power wall up within the next few weeks for the greenhouse after watching your videos. There you go.
Are you
That's
building it
pretty cool.
yourself?
Yeah, all these people are building power
Nice.
walls.
Way to go.
Especially for a greenhouse, that's like the perfect
Oh, yeah, it
mix
is.
right there. Get some solar and
Yeah, because you're,
battery pack.
you're producing something that's going to help the economy or yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's cool as shit.
And the grid goes down, you still got your
Good for you.
food.
Who's that?
It says, sounds like someone started drinking before Jay and Tom.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's just Steve.
we started at the same time, or the
Now we
a few before.
he drank a little bit more when we went out.
Yeah,
earlier.
but I'm all right.
He's got a lot of experience drinking.
Yeah.
I would guess.
I got a few years under my belt.
Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We got this.
We're about like 20 drinks safe right now.
Yeah. We only
We got a long ways to go.
18 more and you'll be getting off the channel, so.
Yeah, it's gonna end with you sleeping back there.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
You should have seen there was a group of, if you guys were with me yesterday, there was a group of like players.
Oh really?
Well, actually, no, I don't know if they were players. There's some like a girl
Define
that twitches.
players.
Well, video players, right?
Oh, okay.
And that's what this platform is really good
Fortnite,
for.
yeah. Fortnite
Okay.
kicks ass.
And so they did a raid on us yesterday. So
Oh,
basically, that's
okay.
when they all come from that channel and they come to this one. They just post it.
Oh,
They're
really?
like, you know,
Wow,
so
that's cool.
our concurrent went like double in like a minute. You know, it's like, and they were like, "What are you guys doing? What are you doing? What are you talking about? Like, what is
Yeah.
happening?" They were all confused because.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So that happens today too. They're gonna be like, "You guys are talking about batteries? What
we
is
got,
going
Tom?
on?"
Mick Archie, what's up, Tom? Received my A123 cells from you. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate your business.
How'd you like them?
Dude, those
Yeah.
cells are kick ass. Just be careful with them too, because
They are
you can
powerful.
really, 2,250 amps, and just don't hold the sides wet.
Yeah.
Or
Sweaty
don't stick them on your tongue.
Yeah,
Sweaty hands. Yeah, I have felt 42 volts on sweaty hands. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like,
Are you
oh,
shitting me?
to burn.
oh my
yeah.
god! I was like, why is this tingling? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Wow.
I feel it when we're working at charging stations. I can feel it. You
No
know,
doubt.
You know,
Yep.
like even if you're, it's hard to explain, but you feel it in
Get 'em in
your
your fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not even close to it.
Oh,
And,
man.
and also,
your fingers do
there's
get
like
it.
a little ringing noise that kind of just gets deep in your ear after.
Oh,
some-
really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's something. Well, especially when the chargers, like the regulated chargers we use, when they start to go, they start making like a hissing sound, and that'll get to you.
Really?
Yeah. If you get up in the amps and they're ready to blow, like if you get like 2-3 amps, they'll start like hissing. You turn them down and then they'll slow down, but they're gonna go anyway. you know?
Yeah, I mean,
They're not made for commercial use like
No,
we're doing.
they're not.
You know
We
what I
hit-
mean?
we hit 'em
We
hard.
beat the shit out of them. We
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
You know, and you can tell when they're gonna go. We just lost one the other day again.
Yeah.
And-
Really?
I'd say half of them, like we probably bought like 35, 40 of them, and like 20 of them are dead.
Wait, what? So these are the bigger ones? Not
Yeah,
the,
those are the unregulated, the adjustable ones.
Oh, like 12 ones?
No, you can go from like 0 to 30 volts, 0 to 60 volts, just the
Oh,
amps.
like bench top.
Yeah, yeah. So
power
we
supply.
use
Yeah,
them
yeah.
to charge up like various size
Yeah,
packs.
just whatever
All
when you
different
get
size.
odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odd ends,
You know,
you know.
yeah. And,
Oh,
and they
really?
just can't take the beating we put on.
Yeah.
Not that we abuse them, but just the constant use.
Yeah,
they
you
can't
just
take.
charge
you know
a
what
lot
I
of
mean?
batteries.
They're not made for that. Well, what
Somebody made like a really cool like penis post, but it got deleted. It was actually-
Oh.
a penis post?
Yeah.
Who deleted it? Oh, I think we have a bot.
Oh,
it's not
I
bot.
see.
It's the computers.
We
Dude,
didn't,
guys.
we didn't delete that, but I mean that was like
No.
really good. It's clever.
Yeah.
What do you mean a penis post? What did he say?
So
Yeah, it was just a design of a penis, but using like letters.
Sure.
It was really cool.
Well,
Yeah.
bring that one back.
Yeah.
We'll discuss. We'll discuss
I
that.
probably
about
want
now.
it because if a
We
bot,
got a hammock over here.
it's a little hard to get into.
Have you guys seen the hammock?
Yeah. You want to talk about penis? bring that post back.
This is in our Airbnb.
Yeah, we don't know what to do with that thing there.
Hell, I tried to land it, bitch, and fell out of it. Son of a bitch.
I don't know. We just got here and it was there.
What's up, Richard?
Who's Tom?
That's like every chat you do. Just like, who's Tom?
Who's Tom? Who's
And you're like,
Tom?
oh, Tom. The battery
Tom's the
guy.
man behind the
Everyone,
batteries.
meet Tom.
It's been like a year. And
if you have bought
finally made a little
batteries
appearance.
from any of my links, there's a 95%
Yeah.
likelihood that they've been
From
from
us.
Tom,
Yeah.
right? So this
99
guy
probably.
has the best batteries on the internet and the best pricing in the internet,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we crushed it.
Can't-
Fuck anybody up.
Oh, by the way, like here's one. We just brought them. Actually, I shot a bunch of video today
Crack it open.
because they're I let the pro.
Yeah,
I'll let the pro.
Everything ain't even fucking close to being broke.
So
Mick Archie said, I've had the same A123 since 2009. Yeah, those cells are going to last you a long time. They're they're Life PO4 cells. So
Look at that.
you're going to get,
There they are. Good, Tom. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that's okay. So you're going to get like 4 times the amount of cycles out of Life PO4 than you would on a lithium ion, just because the way they're made.
Here's one of our 8-packs.
yeah, that's a nice.
This came
bat-
out of Comcast modems, and those are all LG cells.
Those are
And-
not like high power cells, right? They're not power cells.
No.
No, they're like a 5.2 amp max discharge.
They're-
So like 2C, a little like 2.5C, I'd say.
They're badass cells, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they're like right middle
22s.
road,
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But
which is good. Well, that's what we want.
they're
for
good.
power.
That's what everybody uses. I mean, they're
Yeah,
good
values
cells.
there. We should be
But
getting a lot
They
more
are.
done very soon.
They break down real
These
easy.
little black
The little
tabs
black titties
pop
come
off.
right off. Bang, gone. But bank, I should say. Say bank, you're gone. It takes about actually not even a minute to break this down to 8 cells. So,
They're
whoops.
easy to put into like a 14S module because
Yeah.
all the spot welding's done.
Yeah.
But I mean, those in
I
particular, we don't have anymore. We just gave the rest to Puerto Rico for now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We do have a lot more.
We donated it to you folks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the people that were installing systems here in Puerto Rico, right? But also,
There you
we
go.
also brought some for sale. So that's the other
Yeah.
thing. We've been turning a lot of people
Sure we
away.
did.
So we don't want to turn anyone away, right? And so because a lot of this stuff was kind of donated, we were like, no, we're not gonna sell it to you guys because it's a donation. It's supposed to be to help.
We did bring extra ones, but Javier's been working on projects, and we just
Yeah.
gave him like 16 or 17,000 cells to keep going. So that should get him up to that 100.
He's got cells right
Yeah,
now.
he's got plenty of cells. So go talk to Javier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have 10,000 of them, if anybody needs any.
We're gonna bring a lot more down, but we've just been getting slammed with orders, and we have to hire more people, and so it's gonna take a little bit more time. And also, every time we get a shipment together for Puerto Rico, it takes 2 to 3 weeks just to get everything in line.
Yeah.
There's a lot of third parties
Please.
to go through just to be able to ship.
just to ship stuff here.
'Cause-
But they're working it out. This is the first large shipment,
Yeah,
right?
this was basically just a test to
The
see.
mothership.
Like we wanted to make sure
How many
that
cells did you ship on this one?
Jesus Christ.
about 80,000.
80,000 cells.
But that's we have to get to a container. Like
container.
we need at least a 20-foot container. We can ship about, I would say, 180,000 cells in a 20-foot container.
180,000 cells. That's
So
that's
the next
serious.
one that comes, because Lewis needs 20, and then he said get another 30,000
Yeah.
together. So that's 50,000. That's gonna be like 2.5 pallets.
Yeah, but he wanted a stock.
Yeah, he wants like at
of a
least
minimum
200,000
of-
cells just
yeah,
sitting there.
stocked.
Yeah.
So
we're hoping to get enough cells on the island so that they're readily available for people that need them. And and we would basically keep replenishing the stock. Whereas right now, we're just struggling to get them here because we finally figured out the shipping, which was a big hurdle. I mean, just the trucking company to deal with the hazmat.
Talk about Florida.
Huh?
Talk about our spot in Florida.
Oh, Florida spot.
Florida spot.
Yeah. So just to recap our day today, I mean, what do we started off, went out to eat, and that was actually nice. We were like at the beachfront place, and then we went to go meet Lewis.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was we were at the top of a mountain in a compound.
Oh my God.
Which was cool. It was like the coolest man cave /
Yes.
This guy had everything.
Everything.
He
He had
did
this
too.
thing filled with like little balls that you just stick your hand in and just.
What the hell were they?
They were like there's some future water pellets.
Yeah, those little balls that
Those are
people.
incredible.
Yeah, those were pretty cool.
It was neat. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's got a lot of toys. A ton
Oh
of
yeah.
toys.
So
Plenty
go
of
ahead.
toys. And then what do we do? Then we went to the Navy base where
Yeah. Which?
the guy owns a fucking Navy base.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much
No.
more gangster than that.
No. Which is full of monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, full of monkeys that might be like what did they say? Like they've been experimenting on. Like this is
Yeah,
They were
supposed to be
cut
real
loose
life.
or something.
like real
that.
monkeys, and the hurricane came, and I guess they all escaped.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
there's a Navy
like not
base.
normal
Yeah.
monkeys.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be experimental, so they might be sick. they
They're
might
nuts.
be-
Oh.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
Like, they
yeah.
were like doing experiments
Yeah,
on it. Like,
They're crazy monkeys. That's what he called them.
he's like, don't go over there to them trees
Yeah, don't
over
go near
there.
the woods because the crazy monkeys are
Yeah.
in there.
Crazy monkey.
But anyway,
That's so crazy. So
Yeah, so
Misa
that was
Garcia
cool.
is in the house. My brother, he's gonna help me
What's up,
moderate,
Misa?
hopefully. Right, Misa? Oh, so I haven't been reading the comments.
so anyway, talk about Florida. About us getting down there.
Yeah. Well, in the future it might be a thing where we
The near future.
yeah, because he's talking a lot of cells, like 100,000 cells at a
Yeah.
time,
So-
and so we're gonna have to sort of join forces in on like a battery operation, just because we can't be shipping cells from across the country to Pennsylvania and then shipping them down to Puerto Rico because the shipping's a lot. So if we can send them right down to Florida, then it saves us a lot.
Yes.
But
Mick Archie says, all right, we'll be back later. Stay sober, brothers.
oh yeah, right.
Oh yeah,
that-
we're fine.
I don't know. That's
Don't
gonna
worry,
happen.
we'll listen. We'll listen. Thanks for the advice.
Thanks, Archie.
Yes, I have
Where we
bought batteries from Alarm Hookup like 15 different times, says
Thank you,
Richard
guys.
57.
Congrats.
I appreciate you, Richard. We appreciate all you guys. I mean, you guys have been supporting
No
our
doubt.
business, and we're just lucky. We're lucky to have yous, and I hope that you guys enjoy the batteries and you feel like it's a good deal.
Yeah.
It's like that's why we're doing this.
It said worth getting solar in northeast of U.S. Talking New York City area. How would I deal with snow on the panels?
It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Like you're gonna have to. Your best bet is to not put it on your roof. Like if you have an open field, build one of them things so you can get access to. Because once it snows, you're screwed.
Oh,
You
I
can't
see.
really climb up on your solar panels, so you'd have to have a good way to scrape it all. It's just.
Well, although I've seen people walk
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of panels.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
better off just
You gotta
building a
crack
grid
'em.
where you can lay them,
Yeah.
out in the yard or something where you can get out and wake them off.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the same.
Yeah, that's even in California. You have to like go clean them every once in a while.
Yeah.
because of dirt. So it's not snow;
Yeah.
it's just dirt that gets
Yeah.
on them and stuff.
But easier to access, the better you are, though.
Yeah.
I would recommend for sure, like just doing it yourself. Because you're gonna save so much money. Your return on your investment doing it yourself is like less than 2 years.
Yeah.
Whereas you're paying a lot of overhead when a company comes out and does it.
And there's so many ways to find out how to
Yeah.
do it yourself.
And the solar panels, well, they were getting cheaper, and then the whole thing happened with the taxes.
yeah.
So that just. But
Yeah.
I think it's going to increase.
Oh yeah, so
domestic.
that did not, so by the way, guys, so the whole political thing happened. We're like this trade war with China or whatever. So a lot of you might have seen the headlines where they were saying like Now we have to figure out what to do with our trash because China doesn't want it.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
Has
got
that affected
China.
you at all, or you
No,
don't deal
it's-
with China that much?
I think it's going to help us to a point.
Ooh, okay. That's good news.
Yeah, I think it should. See, what a lot of people don't realize is that China buys almost all of our recyclables because they have dollar an hour labor, you know?
Yeah.
So they can afford to go sift through all this stuff. But the advantage that we have is we're lucky to be big enough to where we can buy truckloads of batteries.
Yeah.
If we can't buy truckloads of batteries, then, you know, we can't do what we do.
Yeah.
But we're also entering into the global marketplace. So, like, our company competes against China,
Yeah.
basically. Like, we're bidding, if we don't buy it, it goes to China.
Yeah.
That's it. So,
Why are we laughing?
why are you laughing?
What is going on here?
Somebody got too much.
Someone's already doing
Shit, Joe.
I thought these guys were professionals. I'm sorry, guys. I have to apologize.
Oh boy, you met the real us.
Hope you weren't expecting a suit.
Yeah. God knows that ain't. Oh, you're a fucking slob. Wait till I'm done this drink.
Oh, man.
What the fuck?
So Gregory Johnson,
Who's ready for another one? You ready?
Gregory
for
said
now.
you needed
one.
more
one.
workers. I live in Chester.
Chester, PA. We might, yeah.
Oh, nice.
We're in we're in Ben Salem, right
We're right
outside
around the
of
corner from you.
right outside of
There
Northeast
you
Philly.
go. We're in Florida, says Wild Humphreys.
We don't know yet. That'll be up to Lewis.
Lewis. I'm in
Yeah.
Panama City, Florida. Says I have some house in Florida. Yeah, you can rent for a week, maybe. Blah blah blah. Move there
Week.
for free. What? What? A little
Move there
more
for
for free?
free?
What? Let's.
Right. Don't tempt us. We'll be down here tomorrow.
We're getting offers to live for free. Nice.
Fuck that. When?
Where are you at?
What about some type of heating elements for melting snow on panels? That actually
Yeah.
exists, right? Some up there, like I know
You
they
know
put
what?
them on like
You can do
walkways,
that.
on rooftops.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I would think
That can be done.
because they do have. See, I don't know. I feel like during the day, the solar panels should get hot enough.
Yeah, but
You know.
they're just them fucking little strips of.
Yeah, you gotta.
You know what I mean?
You run it back and forth.
Yeah, that's all they are.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's gonna fuck the panel up, I don't think.
Oversampling reality says I'm too sober for this stream.
Yeah. Well, catch
Time
up.
to start. Yeah, catch
You know
up,
what?
man.
Grab yourself a beer and then come
Yeah.
back on about an hour later.
Like I said before, looks like someone started drinking before Jago and Tom.
Fuck this. I'm going out here.
That's one way to make a drink.
Oh yeah. Yeah, spill the ice all over you.
Gotta catch up with you.
Yep.
At least he didn't break the glass. Oh, because they were watching him and they could hear him
Oh,
like trying
yeah.
to smash the thing.
I guess what happened was the ice was too big to fit
The
glass,
ice is
and then,
it's clumpy. The ice is clumpy, so we gotta
Yeah.
we gotta work it out. We have a little we have some hurdles to get through
Oh
here.
yeah, we'll make it.
Life is not as easy in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's a little different. I'm just happy to make it back alive now.
Yeah. Let's see. I am mini landlord. 6 properties says.
Nice.
I wouldn't mind help you guys out for your Puerto Rico projects. Oh, I'm in South Florida.
Okay. Yeah, we could. I guess just reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook. Just search for Tom Ammerman, and you'll see like a battery logo on there. Yeah, because I mean we're a growing company, and it's just gonna. Yeah, we could use any help we can get at this point. We keep having to reinvest and double down, so the company's growing very fast. It's just, but any help you guys can give us would help a lot and be appreciated.
So Richard 57 newbie says, is he selling those Aries modem batteries now? Was that what this one? Was this an Aries one?
Yeah.
Oh, this was an Aries
Yes,
one.
those are all ours. So
Yeah.
we did have a lot of them, and then they sold out. But we're getting more in right now. What's happening is these big solar companies are putting in large orders, and it's kind of hijacking our workforce. So
Taking over sales, guys.
and it just happened again today. But we are, we got the summertime coming. Our business is located right next to a high school, so we're going to get a lot of kids in and start breaking down cells and testing everything. And I think within 2 to 3 months we should have enough to where we can test 5, 6, 7,000 cells a day, and then we won't be short. That's.
Yeah.
But it's just it's expensive to order these testers. I mean.
Yeah, they wipe out all the stock in the United States for these testers.
Yeah. We bought every Lido Kala tester we could find, and we've been doing it for the last 3 months. Jeez, that was a little slam door. What the fuck was that? Oh boy!
Wow. yes. This stream is it's a little bit different than normally. Yeah. Where are the Raiders? We got raided yesterday by another channel, so we're hoping to get the same thing tonight. It should be. It probably is going to be funner tonight than it was yesterday. I was just by myself yesterday, so it was kind of boring. Let's see here. I think we can tag team the Florida Empire, says Walt Humphreys.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh yeah, Wild Humphrey says he has some space, some warehouse space.
What?
I think when we get down there, we'll end up going down with a large solar company. So I think they'll provide the warehouse space.
Yeah.
But it's really, it's just going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot for us to move and spend a lot of time down there and the travel.
We really
places
don't know
to
where
stay.
we're going, though. I
Yeah.
mean, we don't know south, north. We have no clue yet, right?
Right.
So,
So
that's up in the air
Yeah.
as far as.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a couple months out of the way. So I think.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of work to get done before then. So.
I got half of a pilot's license.
Oh, that works.
Wow.
Come get us.
Yeah.
We live in Levittown, PA.
Yeah. So did our pilot that got us yesterday. We had a tough flight last night.
Yeah. The guy that drove us put on a shit show.
Oh, yeah. So, by the way, to recap, guys, whoever's coming in, this is Tom. He's the one that has the best prices and the best
The battery, man.
batteries.
We've been supplying you guys for a while.
How many tons do you think you've since we met, since we connected, or that's
Probably
been a while, right?
I think our company probably sold like 4 to 6 million cells.
Yeah, 46 million cells,
Something like that.
and this is just recently, right? I didn't know. I just met him this morning, actually.
Yeah.
But we've been talking for a while, and yeah, you're the battery guy for like the East Coast of the United States. Huh?
Yeah, so we're part of like multiple downstream networks, which took us a long time to even get into. And so yeah, we get a lot of the stuff. We have good contracts. We have good connections, and we can get a lot of batteries in bulk.
Yeah, and so here's the cool thing. Not only are we getting good product, good cells that are here in the United States, and then we're reusing it, right? We're doing the right thing. That the most responsible thing to do with these cells is to just use them because they're still good. But also, we're not shipping our, electronic waste to China, which is a thing that happens here,
And it comes and it bites us in the ass because we end up buying that bad product back as trust fire cells.
Yes.
Like our waste is basically trust fire, and then you wonder why you get 200 milliamp test on your batteries. That's
a lot of shady batteries.
Or they end up in refineries, and the refining process is not efficient. And
it's not efficient because the cells are not completely dead, so they shouldn't be finding their way to refineries yet.
Yeah, the ones that are completely dead, it makes sense to send them to a refinery. But
Yeah.
they still don't recover 100% of the raw materials.
Yeah.
So that's
It's kind of a dirty process.
The idea for us is to intercept these cells that are going to go to China or they're going to a refinery.
Yeah.
And we sift through and find the ones that are still good and then reintroduce them to the marketplace. But
Yeah.
the Powerwall thing helps us out because we can go to large companies and say that you're not gonna compete against your trash.
Yeah.
So
then-
this is going to power homes in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
It's not going to your competitor. It's not going to
Yeah.
compete against your new products in the marketplace.
in the market.
So-
Yeah, so you protect kind of their market,
Yeah.
and then you make affordable.
See, even the modems,
batteries.
like we had to go through a bunch of steps just to be able to get them.
get 'em,
Like these
yeah.
companies, the companies themselves have a trademark responsibility. Like they have to protect the brand.
Yeah.
So let's say these end up going back into the marketplace and they catch on fire as the original product.
Yeah.
They're liable.
They're liable.
So they're worried about that stuff. So when we break it down to just the cells or reuse the cells for something else, that's what they want because they want to show that they're environmentally responsible,
Yeah.
and also they don't want liability. So by us cracking them open and you guys building power walls and all the projects that you do,
Yeah.
that I can go to these companies and show them that, and then
Yeah.
it helps a lot.
Yeah, it helps if you can give them good PR. It's like, oh, look,
Yeah.
the stuff's not ending up in the trash it's not, and landfills and stuff. It's actually helping other people in places like Puerto Rico. Not just Puerto Rico. I mean, a lot of people. We've solved most of these probably within the continental USA.
It was
right?
a lot of I would say most of our customers are in California.
California. There you go.
Texas and Florida.
Texas, really?
Well, because they got hit by the hurricane too.
Oh,
So
that's
wherever the
sad.
hurricanes hit, that's where we sell a lot of our product to.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that guy
So,
says Arya Khan Meal.
Where we at?
Yes, he's white, a white guy. Ion generators are amazing. This is what Tesla did. Oh, free energy. Oh, come on, man. No, let's not talk about free energy. Used to be in the Navy, so sorta know how to drive a boat. Says,
Sniper Pro Nerf mods.
yeah. Tom sells batteries on eBay. Yep, that would be a good. So, what solar company is it? Do they have experience in Puerto Rico? Says Wild Humphreys. I don't know if we want to say because we gotta.
We have to ask him.
We have to ask him.
'cause
Yeah,
There's a lot of
we'll have him in the
product development going on right now. So
Yeah.
Business.
Yeah. But it is a big company,
it's
and they're established, and they have giant solar, installations in Puerto Rico,
and they're throughout the rest of the country too.
Oh, really? Yes.
Yeah,
They have
New
some-
York and
oh, really?
Florida
So
already.
there you go.
Yeah, so they are. Out
It's an
there.
American company. They have all kinds of stuff, and we're, I don't know. It's kind of cool that they're working with, the smaller companies like Tom, right? Although Tom himself is not small. Now you're becoming
we're
a
getting
large
there.
player,
Yep.
in this market.
It's getting there.
Where do I send old batteries? Hate throwing them away.
You want to bring them to like a local recycler. The small guys would appreciate that because then they flip that to larger recyclers, and then larger recyclers flip it to massive recyclers, and because those are the guys that are going to introduce it into the world marketplace. They're the ones that are getting it to the refineries and or to China, really. But yeah, I mean, you definitely want to make sure, because even when China gets it, if they can't reuse it, they're going to send it to a refinery. So the cobalt is very valuable right now. It's really expensive.
Yeah.
So that's what everybody's after. And if cobalt wasn't that expensive, then recycling lithium batteries wouldn't really make that much sense.
Yeah.
So that adds a lot of value for dead cells.
Yeah. So this is old Texas. Are batteries available in Puerto Rico? What would the answer to that be?
We do have some. We just brought in what are we, 80,000 cells, and we're down to like 4,000 already. We've been here.
Most of them
We've been here for like 24 hours.
Yes. But this was kind of a test.
Yeah.
A shipment,
I wanted
right?
to make sure that this shipment made it safe, before we sent more. So we're gonna send a lot more cells for the next shipment for sure.
Yeah. How do you suggest I get medical batteries? Do I just call the hospital master IT department?
You'd have to go through a recycler. The hospitals fill out a contract with larger companies. Actually, hospitals, smaller recyclers can get hospital contracts, but they have to go through all the certifications. But you can't go to a hospital and buy their stuff.
They just don't do that. They're not in the business of doing that, right? They have the proper channels to do it.
Yeah, and plus when you sign a deal with the hospital, you have to take everything, all the old test equipment, and you have to go through all the proper channels. It costs about maybe $100,000 just to get all the right certifications and all, get yourself in line to be able to make deals with companies like hospitals, because especially hospitals, you're dealing with, medical equipment and you have to take everything, the x-ray machines, you have to,
the whole thing.
it's not, you can't just say, I'll take your batteries, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So it's an all or nothing type of thing. Most recycling, unless you're dealing with small computer shops or really small recyclers, it's a take all or nothing deal, whether it's good or bad, you got to buy it, and it's a lot of rolling the dice, so you have to get with the right companies and find the best sources. So, because you could spend all your money on junk.
Yeah.
And it could come to you soaking wet, and that's you. You're stuck with it. Doesn't matter. So.
So he says. So when we take Lowe's and Home Depot take the batteries. When you take them to Lowe's and Home Depot,
we actually get almost all the Home Depot store returns. For batteries. So.
Oh, okay. So they do them on those the buckets,
yeah, they
right?
will. Sometimes we get like a pallet of just random stuff, and it's you can.
Cells.
I'm pretty sure. I know you can take your tool batteries to Home Depot, but I don't know if you can just bring cells there. I'm sure you could drop them off and just say, "Hey, it's your responsibility now."
Here you go.
Yeah, because they can't.
Here you go.
They can't throw it in the trash, because then the trash company's gonna get.
They have a way to properly dispose. Yeah.
They have a downstream setup for all this stuff. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, and then. Wow. Hey, David Humphreys, thank you for the tip, man. That's a sizable tip. Thank you. He donated the tip $100.
Oh shit!
Wow. Thank you.
That's awesome. Man.
Someone else is asking Best Buy. So it's the same thing with Best Buy, right? Sort of like.
A lot of places do have I think they even have like a recycling container outside. Then you just throw it in there. As long as if you get it into anything that has a recycled logo. These companies, whether or not they're doesn't matter what size, if they're receiving stuff in their advertising a recycled logo that says R2 on it or ISO on it, they have to take it and they have to dispose of it properly. It doesn't matter what it is.
Sure. I'll have some more.
Another drink? Yeah.
So
it tastes like shit when the ice melts.
Here's a question that is in the house. New other five. Oh man, come on. I saw a question that I wanted to read. Oh, any idea what China pays for scrap per pound of raw lithium cells?
It depends. Usually, modem batteries, they can pay upwards of $5 per pound.
Upwards?
Yeah, and but they're buying blind. They don't, they don't see pictures, so.
Oh, really? No, just
so sometimes we get an advantage because we get to see the cells. So we know that it's worth more, or we can look at cells and be like, they look really old, and we will most likely lose money if we get them,
Yeah.
So, it's always a crapshoot, but you can do your due diligence to make sure the odds are in your favor.
So that's quite a bit of money, right? It's worth.
Yeah.
It's worth it for them enough.
The only way our business makes sense is if we can get in enough connections where we know we're buying good cells. That's it. If we know we're getting mostly bad cells, we're going to be out of business.
Yeah, that's the game, right? That's like try to get the
'Cause
more of the good cells and less of the bad cells.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine all the work you guys do to build a battery pack, and imagine if every time you started working on it, you hit a timer and you started calculating how much time, and then put, just figure what it would cost you to pay yourself, like a reasonable wage, plus all the taxes, plus your electricity, calculate all of it. Every time you go to a recycler, calculate that trip. Your mileage, it adds up. It's good as when I started this, it made sense, but then once you have to hire employees, you have to it's a struggle. It's very labor intensive, but there's a lot of demand and there's a lot of opportunity, but it takes a long time to get the right connections, and you have to be willing to make a 6-figure purchase, and you have to be willing to lose it.
Oh wow, yeah.
You have to be in a position.
So you gotta be a player.
We keep so much stock as a backup, because if I spend 150 grand on a truckload and that comes in crap, we can't just go out of business. Like my father and my brothers work with me now. Like we can't just go out of business because of a bad purchase. So we keep a backlog of everything. That's like our security blanket. Just having stuff we can process.
Yeah. So there's just, it's not easy, it's a challenging business, but I think Tom definitely is doing the right thing by making them, available to us. A lot of.
That's the part that I like. The part that I don't like is when a large company tries to hijack a business, or use your business as a stepping ladder. Like they'll use you temporarily just to boost themselves, and then they're off to another, just to kind of, but the solar company we met with today, those guys were awesome. They're just like I was actually shocked that we came here and met 5 cool people, because I'm weird with meeting new people, I'm like, oh, this guy's cool as shit, Javier is cool. It was just I felt like I was hanging out with 5 friends all day, so it was cool,
Oh yeah.
Is that Tom from Alarm Hookup? Yes. I used to do home security since I was 18 years old. I got into the battery thing 2 years ago. So that's why I never concentrated on branding my business.
Yeah.
It just, when I started an alarm company and it failed, and it was because I cared more about looking like I ran a company than actually running a company. I went out and I bought a work truck. I bought the website, I bought all the equipment before I had a sale, I wanted to look like a real company. And then I kind of learned the lesson where nobody cares what your name is, they don't care what your logo looks like, they just care about what value you offer people,
Yeah.
And, but yeah, we are converting into battery hookup, since that's taken over our whole business. But I just never, I don't know, I never focus, and then now it's almost too late, because people just know alarm hookup is where you buy batteries. So it's
because you did have battery hookup, right? Somewhere in some places.
Well, I own battery hookup, and then I had the logo I created, and I think it's really cool. I want it to be battery hookup.
I got the t-shirt.
I got the t-shirt.
Woo! Shirts.
Yeah.
We got shirts.
I'm really excited about the logo, but it's just trying to find the time of the day to build the website and rebrand and letting people know.
Marketing is definitely a whole job on its own, kind of thing.
Like a lot of people just find me on Facebook somehow, I just get people reaching out to me on Facebook all the time. So.
Oh yeah. Do you have any connections in Seattle? Is it hard to find cells local? It's hard to find cells local.
It is, because you can find cells locally, but your best bet to find cells is through a computer recycler.
Oh, look at that!
Not a computer recycler.
So let's explain the thing. You guys can see it there. Let's see.
Miner? There you go.
Yeah. So, wow.
So, yeah, it's kind of like the evolution of mankind, and it's leading into a battery-powered world.
Batteryhookups.com.
Actually, the guy who made this T-shirt is like a skater, and
okay.
he wore that at some kind of like snowboarding convention, and people wanted to buy that shirt because the design looked cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
So I was
There
like,
you go.
happy about that.
He's like, no, it's my shirt.
But yeah, that's our eBay store's alarm hookup. You can find us on there. Like if you just search for lithium batteries, we're usually the top. Like,
Top,
you know,
yeah.
we're up there. And there's also other good deals on eBay too. So it's not just us. You know, like
Yeah.
the idea is to expand this, but also, you know, just we're going into a lot of different directions, and we're trying to stay relevant in all the different ones. Here we go.
We're going.
Is it hard?
We're going in this direction.
Yeah.
Right now.
What Puerto Rico are we? We are in Dorado, which is next, it's really close to San Juan, right?
Yeah.
Do local for-profit e-waste recycling places sell battery packs to the public?
They're usually not allowed because they have to. The thing is, like, if a recycler's selling it to you, they're probably very small, and they're not afraid for the massive fines that they could get for selling the wrong product to the wrong person.
Yeah.
You know, these companies.
So the recyclers are not really there to put product back in the
They
market.
have, a recycler has to show the downstream.
Yeah.
So we have to show the companies that we get it from what we're doing with the batteries.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
want to know, and we have to show like per pound. You know, like they want to know that the plastic went here. You know, because there's a zero landfill policy, and you also can't sell to the competitors. Like we can't take Comcast modem batteries and Comcast can't think, oh man, what if these guys sell it to Verizon? Like they want to know that we didn't sell it to Verizon.
Yeah.
They're perfectly fine with us, you know, selling it to people in Puerto Rico to power their house. But we have to show them what we're doing, and it has to be on a large enough scale for
With every
them.
piece of that battery too.
Yeah, and just the plastics,
the
you know,
wire,
like just the plastic, like that could save that could save their competitor money just from the mold of the plastic, you know, or the PCBs. Like these boards, they go
Talking
for
about this
gold,
sort of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that.
the little
wire,
BMS, like they go for
everything. They want to know where all that shit
they'll
goes.
go for gold recovery, and then they'll get
Yeah.
every little
And then the little connectors are like there's
proprietary.
The
The main thing you want to worry about, especially as a recycler, protecting brands and trademarks.
Oh, here, this
Yeah.
here.
the the actual
They
case.
want to know where that's at too.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
where
It's
it's all
there's
bad.
not so there's a lot of regulation to make sure that it doesn't end in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
But there's no really pathway to make sure that it ends on the right hands. Maybe like in someone that's building something, right? It's
Yeah.
just there's no incentive for that, I think. And so it's kind of a hack, right? We have to you have to kind of take a little bit of risk selling to places and stuff, you know, and selling to people.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you do it right, you don't have a problem.
Yeah.
yeah,
Correct?
yeah,
Yeah, but doing it right, I think it's harder, right? Than just
oh, yeah.
Sure it is.
sending it downstream to be.
Yeah, it depends. The bigger you get, the more of a target is on your back. You know,
Yeah.
you have to, if you're gonna sell to the public, you have to kind of stay under the radar. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, there are companies that will do it. You know, like, I mean, we're technically an e-waste recycler, but we just happen to go through. Our communication is to the point where people know what we're doing with it. You know, so we can sell it to you guys. We told you we can sell it to you. But if we go to a company and say we're going to follow the regular downstream process where everything goes to refinery, and they find out that it doesn't go to refinery, then you got some explaining to do.
Yeah.
Because the regulations are protecting the companies, so all the liabilities on your end.
Oh, by the way, Javier Camacho says that e-waste recyclers here in Puerto Rico
Yeah.
are selling batteries back to.
Yeah.
to
So
the community.
here also they're not following, you know, federal guidelines.
Yeah, yeah.
They're a lot different.
Federal
Rules are a little
laws
bit different here.
Don't apply here. Gas is 78 cents.
Yeah, cigarettes are $2.50 a pack.
Yeah.
That's right.
So a lot of it's federal. The federal laws is what's going to get you. State laws are, you know, they vary by state.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm sure California has a more strict process than, you know, Pennsylvania does. But it's the federal. Once you get into a large business, you're usually dealing with federal regulations, and
Yeah.
it can hurt a business big time, you know. And
So BSI Slayer saying, why did the modem batteries come on the market? Which is a thing that I've explained before, but it's a good idea what to explain to
because
people.
there's a lot of companies sitting on this stuff, but they find a company like us, you know, that we show them what we're doing with it, and we show them that we can do it on a large scale. Because they're not gonna waste time. And we went through this when we were growing as a company. We would call up to buy like 1 pallet or 2 pallets of stuff, and they wouldn't even give us the time of day, you know. So we had to get enough to where it was 150 grand for a first purchase, you know. Like we had to basically refinance our whole lives to make the first purchase, you know.
Yeah.
And it was a risk, but like it worked out, and then
And technically, why do they end up in the market? Why are they selling these cells instead of using
because the style of the modem changes and they don't fit. A lot of times, like this is bulky, you know, so like they want a more slim design. This is not going to fit a slim design, you know. So then the next ones get even smaller, so they'll be like 2x2 instead of 4x2, you know.
Yeah.
And the next one is just 2 cells because they realize, well, now everything's getting more energy efficient, so they don't need 8 batteries, they only need 2.
So if they manufactured more than they needed for that run, they sit on it for a while and they're like, hey, we're not gonna need that because the new design. You know, so they're perfectly brand new cells. They've been used, but they're already packaged like this, and so they're like, oh, these are, you know, they might be 2 years old. They sat in a warehouse, but they're never been cycled or whatever.
Right, and even the ones that do end up that are like just returns, like we know that this, like like laptop batteries, everybody's using power. Like your laptop battery is going to be degraded beyond all, you know. But when it comes to modem batteries, the only time the battery is used is when you lose power. And in
an emergency situation,
in the United States, it's like twice a year, maybe. You know, so really, like losing power kind of just cycles the battery and keeps it fresh.
Keep it fresh.
You know?
It actually helps the battery.
Modems are the best source of them,
batteries.
but a company is just not going to give them to you because Comcast and Verizon and Time Warner have a stranglehold on them to do, you know. If they catch them, like if they catch Time, you know, the company selling Comcast modem batteries to Time Warner because now Time Warner is using the same modem batteries, that's a competitive thing, you know? So it really works for power walls, like. And I think that the same thing's going to go with the automotive industry because the car manufacturer doesn't care what's going on in the power wall industry. So they're perfectly fine with their car batteries powering a house. But if you took a Tesla battery and sold it to Ford, and Ford starts, you know, using them to rebuild battery packs, there's going to be a problem. So they're just constantly, they're always looking out for themselves.
What is, just curious as to the standard testing you guys use. Do you only use the Light-O-Collar?
Yeah, well, the Light-O-Collar gives us a capacity test and an internal resistance test. So that's like the 2 most important things. And plus we're dealing only with cells that are from Fortune 500 companies. So they're all LG, Sanyo, Samsung. Well, Sanyo sucks, but I mean, we try to avoid them at all costs.
So the rumors are true, you know, they're like...
Don't build unless you're using super low.
Or it's small packs.
I would actually, I'm pretty sure that what causes a lot of the Sanyo problems is like they won't charge beyond like 4.1 volts. They never, whenever they get hot, it's always when they're charging and they're about to get fully charged. And they get so hot that the heat dissipates the energy. So they never reach that full capacity. So I think the heater batteries would actually work if you charged them up to like 4 volts per cell instead of 4.2.
So you're not going to push them all the way up,
but I mean, it's just you get to a point where like we can't even test them anymore. That's why we sell them. I'm afraid to leave the warehouse with them on, you know, because we test thousands of cells. And imagine, you know, half of your life savings just has like a wall filled with, you know, heater cells, you know, testing. So it's not worth it. But that's why, like, we basically give them away. You know, like we can get we get $2 to $3 per pound for them all day long. So I'd rather just, if you guys want to do it, that's why we have those 100 cells for like.
There are low risk projects that you can do. You can make like an e-bike, and if it catches fire, you just get off of it. Push it to the side of the road. So it's not. There are applications that you can.
And there
use
are a lot of good ones too. But it's like if 10% of the cells get hot, like it's just it sucks. You don't want to lose sleep at night when you could have chosen one cell over another. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to try out the Sanyo cells, you're going to get some good cells. But again, just monitor when you're charging and discharging. And we have a best offer on it, so you can get like 100 cells for $40 if you send a $40 best offer. And if you want more,
there you go. Give me tips.
Like we're just basically trying to give them away. But I mean, again, like you gotta at some point you have to value your safety and your time, and if you want to sit around and keep your hand on something, while it's charging, then like that's what you do. Just don't, or put it in like a container, like an explosion.
Yeah. By the way, there's 92 people watching us right now.
Nice.
Here's a question that came up. Do you think EV batteries will become more available soon? Right now, they're kind of hard to get.
They might, but my guess is they're going to have a closed circuit recycling. We actually are in talks with a company.
Oh, so you're pursuing those batteries?
Yeah, but it's probably gonna end up a closed loop, meaning the company itself is gonna handle the recycling of its own batteries, or they're gonna basically go in partners with the company. Because why would they just let it go into a marketplace when they already have it?
Yeah.
But the only way that this stays sustainable is if we find out a way to recycle these batteries, because otherwise 50, 60, 70 years from now we're screwed. So we have to find a way to keep the lithium and all the cobalt and all that stuff. Because now, like, we know where the stuff is, but once we tap into those resources, we're not going to sift through piles of trash to find lithium batteries to refine. Like, it makes sense now because it's readily available in one area.
All right. So they use a table full of Light-Alcala units for testing lots of cells at once. You guys should see the pictures.
Yeah. Oh, it keeps expanding. It's
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
How many units are you guys up to now? Off the top of your head.
1,100.
1,100 times 4, right?
How many? 1124.
1123.
1,123.
Down to the number. Wow. That's what you do all day,
We don't fuck
right?
around. But it's because you can get those big cabinets, but they're expensive. Like, they're like $16 per cell, whereas the Lido-Cala, we get them for like $6 or $7 per cell.
Yeah, and when you have to buy that many,
and they take up a lot less space too. Like if you look at one of those cabinets.
Did you order one? You had told me that you had
did, but it's just taking forever. It's gonna be one of the things where it's gonna come in and I probably won't even recognize what it is.
You'll be like, what do we need this thing for? We're not even doing
we've been
18650s anymore.
We're beyond that.
Actually, one of the companies we do business with, like, we've been doing enough business with them, and he wanted to buy it for us, and he ordered it, and it just hasn't showed up.
Yeah.
So, but I don't really care if it shows up or not. Like, we're testing.
Steve is over the screen, says Rooster Neck Bone.
How far down are you on this thing?
I think
there's a lot of people messaging.
98.
All over.
I'm towards the end, actually. I skip a bunch of stuff because a lot of people start messaging each other, so they're not questions that you can answer. You're kind of like introducing yourself to the thing.
I get them all.
So check it out. BSI Slayer says, my experience with Sanyo, it's opposite. Sanyo has been very reliable.
Oh yeah, you're gonna
Samsung
find
not
good
so
ones,
much.
but it's a specific model.
The models.
The
there's different models.
UR 18650J.
J.
Those are the ones you want to look out for. Yeah.
Those are the good ones.
Those are the chit ones. Those are the heaters.
Oh, those are the heaters.
Yeah.
The J ones, not the UR.
They make a lot of different models.
They're 18650 UR.
Yeah,
right?
they're the red cells with the red inserts.
With the
red. Was it red or is it the white?
It's the red ones.
Yeah, the red cells with the red insulators.
Oh.
Those are bad.
Shit. You if they're good, they're good.
Yeah.
If they're not, they're bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
But also, I remember Peter said that he had one that he tested previously, and none of them were heaters. And then all of a sudden, like one cell started getting hot, another one. So he made a pack that just started getting hot. So it's.
Yeah.
But that's the one. It's the 2200 milliamp hour Sanyo cells are the ones you want to look out for. I mean, there's some better ones. There's ones that are like 2500. You know, we didn't have any issues with any of the other ones, but it's that one specific model. It's probably the reason why a lot of these like shipping regulations are in place, because they're just something's up with them. They're not. They're defective for sure.
Ooh, here's some good questions. Can I best offer 120 for one of those bus batteries?
Yes. Actually, just offer 100.
Oh my God, 100.
Yeah, and we'll because they're about to be
100,
gone.
120, 120. No.
Yeah. We have about 800 of them left. The company that we visited today bought 50 of them, and he said he's probably going to buy the rest of them.
Yeah, so they're not
So
going to be
it's like-
available
it's like
forever.
a 2 to-
They're gonna.
I give it 2 to 3 weeks. And they'll
Yeah,
go
there's a
on.
lot of
they're
people that
all
want
fast.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're
I
all
haven't made a video, so like my audience hasn't really bought them,
Yeah.
right? So if I do that, they'll be
Yeah.
gone.
right.
So if he doesn't take them, then Jehu's getting one, and then good luck with that.
And then that's it,
Those
they're
are
gone.
pretty cool. It's like the best value, by far.
Yeah, those are
I mean,
cool.
they're waterproof BMSs. They're commercial.
Yeah.
The bus bars are on them. They come with the screws.
Ooh. So
Oh,
I just
no.
got the low battery message on my thing.
Wait, can
and-
you charge it with this thing?
Well, it takes this 12 volt like little thing, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
I
and
see.
I have the thing, but it won't reach the let me
Do
see.
we have an extension cord?
Let's see. Oh, so here's another question. Look, while I go look for that thing, please ask Tom, when will you get any headway cells? Just
we
joking, thinking
You
Tom
guys
100
have to get
times
them.
looking for them. He
Listen,
says,
I know you guys have been messaging me every single day. Oh yeah. So we get messages all the time from you guys about the headway cells, and this time we have about 5,000 coming in, and we should have them in about 2 to 3 weeks. But the deal with them is
the answer is yes.
yeah, but they're going to be gone in a week because the competition audio guys are up my ass looking for them, and they wipe them out. Like these guys.
But they don't have first dibs, right? You're gonna put them on.
we
or-
we put them on eBay, and like we have a lot of watchers on our eBay account now because we've been doing it.
Yeah, there's a ton of people that are.
We've been doing it so long, so they get alerts. I guess they call it eBay followers.
I'm one of them, by the way.
Yeah. So when we list something new, they'll get a notification, and then the headways we try to get as many as we can, but it's just there's not a lot of sources for them. We locked down every source we possibly could to get them, and this, we get them all. So whatever comes available, we'll make it available to you guys. But it's going to be like a first come first serve thing with them. And they're good cells. They're awesome.
Are the best
200,
result.
200 amp. I'm gonna see where he is, because I don't want to. Are you down near the bottom of the chat?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep up with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. There's a lot of messages coming through. Bus battery A123 ones. Yes, BSI Slayer. They're A123 cells. Each one comes in 12S8P, which is 96 cells. It's a 40 volt setup. These things are really, really awesome batteries. I mean, they put out up to 2,250 amps per module. So just be careful with them. You can it's not often you can handle a battery that could kill you, but that one can. So
Yeah, and it'll be nasty. It'll like melt stuff.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And it'll blow holes through your whatever you set it resting
yeah,
at.
so
if
just
you
be
don't
careful
pay
with them, guys. I mean, if you haven't worked with batteries before, and you're not 100% confident.
That's not the best
the battery
kind.
you want. Yeah.
He has to do that.
Yeah, but they're gonna go to like 5, right? They're about gone.
Yeah, they're going steady for sure. Plus, I don't know what sold the last 2
Buy
days.
them, guys, because I get some. I get some commissions off of it.
Yeah.
All right, so I just connected the thing, so we're good. We're not gonna have to end
NJ
really quickly.
Will Fighter, save me some time. I'll let Jehu know the moment they get listed, so maybe he can let you guys know. But I'm just telling you, like, these come and go. And
Here's the thing, guys. You gotta click on the little bell on my channel because
to get the notification.
yeah, YouTube basically doesn't notify you guys when I put a video or when I put a little story. And a lot of times I don't have time to make a video. I'll just be like, oh, I'll put a picture and say, hey, go get them, and here's a link. And I noticed that, like, I don't know, like 1% of you guys probably get notified.
Yeah.
Because a few hours will go by and it only has like 100 views, where like if a video would get a lot more, right? So if you click on that little bell next to my name, to those of you guys that are already subscribed to the channel, and then you'll get notified that I said something, right?
Plus, like, a lot of our stuff we get in is like small amounts. Like the hoverboard batteries, we had truckloads and truckloads and truckloads of them.
Yeah.
But we get like these, battery packs in, and then even by the time like Jehu even sees them, they're gone. Like like the 12-volt ones that we had.
Oh yeah. Well, I was able to get one.
Yeah, you got one. And then
Yeah, I
they were
got
gone
one.
by the time like you got to your house.
I was like, well, I can't make a video, but I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna install it on my bus.
Yeah, the headways will be gone in 1 to 2 weeks tops.
Yeah.
Really? So they're
Yeah.
going that
Yeah,
well, yeah, especially since someone will buy whatever's left.
Yeah, well, a lot of the competition audio
Yeah.
community is very tight,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guys that reach out to me, and as soon as they see it, it starts going on Facebook and all the pages, and then people just smash them because those are like the strongest cells you can get right now.
Yeah.
As far as 200 amps for one
We
cell.
get 5,000.
We'll have about 5,000, yeah. So
Woo! Wow. So where are we? HQ Live is on? What's HQ Live? IQ Live? I don't know. Tom, you should live chat and sell and talk with Jehu more often.
yeah.
Hey,
well,
we
Jehu
just met
lives in
today.
California.
Yeah.
And I would love to. But
We,
it's just,
we live 3,000 miles apart.
Yeah. This is the first time we've met. Like, I've been with Jehu for over a year now. Like, we collaborate on different things, and
Yeah.
we actually first talked on the phone
Just
like
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago. It was weird.
Something super weird.
Like, we text,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like,
He's some random guy in the internet. I'm just like, oh, Tom,
Yeah.
this is the guy that I text every once in a while.
Yeah, so I remember when I first reached out to you, I said, hey, I have like 2 truckloads of hoverboard batteries.
Yeah.
And then you're like, people say that all the time and it doesn't come through. I'm like, no, like I literally had like...
Yeah. Well, it's actually quite what happens to me with Europe. I'm looking for, a Tom in Europe.
Yeah.
And there's been at least 5-6 guys that are like, hey, I have a warehouse full of batteries. Let's do this thing. And I'm like, yeah, put them for sale. I'll send you a bunch of traffic, and then you can give me some. And then it just never
Go
happens.
away, yeah.
They just like never come back, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what happened with that.
It
dude.
also could be like people that are trying to do this and they're just trying, like they found a big lot that someone was willing to sell them. But you got to know that you can move them. If you can't move it, you're screwed because like we're in a position now where we have to take everything when it comes available.
Yeah.
And if we can't move it and we don't have the money to buy the next load, then this whole thing goes away. This stuff goes if we can't buy it, it goes to China, and that's
so there's some
exactly
risks.
what it is. Yeah.
So BSI Slayer says, wow, 75 shipping for 20-pound bus battery to California. So
Yeah.
So
If you're
Tom has no
closer-
control over right.
We're
how much
I
UPS
tell
wants to
people all the
ship.
time we're not FedEx.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're right. It's
Yeah,
just-
but if you buy 2 of them, what happens is these are considered Class 9 hazmat. So there's an additional charge that we get. Like we charge you guys exactly the same amount of money that we get charged. We make $0 on shipping. So, and even like when people in California buy the 100 cell packs, it costs us more than $20 to ship it to California. You know what I mean? So like, Yeah, eventually. So we are planning on expanding to California at some point. So the idea would be to be able to ship from both coasts. Because, yeah, like I can ship this battery to Florida for $30.
He's taking suggestions as to what city he should put a warehouse.
Yeah.
So you type it in the comments. Which city.
So let's hear that.
So yeah, you're right. I mean, $75, but these things are 25 pounds.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big
It's a whole thing. So it's I would say if it wasn't hazmat, it would probably cost about $45 to ship this. But since it is, we get the surcharges for the hazmat shipping.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more that goes into shipping these batteries than like a different shipment. Also, but it also goes by weight. So if you order a second one, it's not going to cost you $75 for each one. And the closer you are, like if you live in Delaware, we could probably ship it for like $20, you know.
Yeah.
But we get hit with surcharges from FedEx on everything we sell just because of what we're selling. And it took us a long time. It actually took us about 3 to 6 months just to be able to ship these batteries to you guys legally.
Yeah, it took a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't easy. By the way, guys, people are asking what is his website. He has a store on YouTube, on eBay.
On eBay.
I have links to that. I usually have sent you guys emails to whoever's subscribed to my mailing list. Mm-hmm. And almost every single one of my videos has this link that I just posted there, which is on March, on like around the 1st of March, I went around and picked like the best deals that you had, you know, and I put them in a link, put them in a spreadsheet, and then that's the thing that
that's why it's important too to hit, get the notifications on Jehu. We get a lot of deals that come and go, and then
it's all ever changing. That's the nature of recycle and overstock stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like might be the perfect price, but it's just available this week. After the 1,000 cells are gone, then you're like, oh, what about that? Oh, who knows when the next.
What usually happens is like we'll list them and we'll get some interest, steady sales, and then one company will buy them all. You know, there's guys out there that are buying like everything we list. You know, and it's a lot of solar companies out there that are, basically building Tesla Powerwalls for half the price.
Yeah.
But I check
He
Tom's
could
store
be a
every
good
day.
partnership.
Yeah, NJ full wired. What happened?
He says it could be a good partnership. Get him a webcam and bring him on video.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Hopefully, maybe we can. Yeah, maybe we'll figure something out.
This is starting. I want to do a podcast, and I wanted to bring him because there's a lot of questions like you guys that I have, and I don't always. He's a busy guy. So I don't always like, hey. I sometimes I think like, oh, this should be important what I ask him because I know he's busy shipping all of your batteries. You know what I mean? And so
we work. So we're like family owned and operated now. So my father works with me, my two brothers, and a lot of my friends. So we're basically running, 8 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night every day. So I'm usually there at nighttime, and it's just it's a matter. It's just hard to balance life. And like I want to come out to California, and my brother is actually willing to move out there. So it's like it's a big commitment, but we have to make sure we have a plan in place, and that the plan makes sense. So and plus I have we have kids, and it's like a whole thing. So family and life kind of get in the way. So, but I mean, it's gonna happen.
These all Texas that you should put a warehouse on his backyard.
Oh yeah, if you guys have warehouse space
in California,
it says Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamonga,
yeah. I mean, we'll figure something out. I mean, I'd like to do something with Jehu, and we can build like big things. Like massive projects would be cool because we would have the cells at our disposal. Then we can power anything you could think of, and even if like just to show people we can reuse the same cells, it's not going to cost like $20,000 to do a build. We already have them, so we'd also have to put in another budget. Like I think people don't realize like with the skateboard project, it probably costs you like over $1,000 just for the skateboard.
The parts.
Like that's
because you try a bunch of different things and you're like, oh, that didn't work. Okay, that goes $600 down the.
That's the worst. Especially when it's like expensive and it doesn't work. You're like and half the time it's like it's your fault because you didn't, like think about it, So you can't just return it back to China now because it costs you $50 to return.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, a lot of sometimes it doesn't seem that way, but like to make a video with a project, it takes a ton of time.
A long time.
It takes a ton of money.
Yeah.
And then by the time that I get done, sometimes the cells are gone, right? So then I'm like, oh my God, I just spent 3 weeks, a month doing this video, and now I can't even, like, I make a small commissions off of these links that I put everywhere, right? But I'm like, oh, damn, then not only that, I post a video, then I'll get answer like, hey, we can't buy the batteries. Where can I buy the batteries? Where can I buy the batteries, right? And that's the worst place for me to be. Because I created hopefully a good video and a good project, and you guys can't recreate it. And so that's useless for me because my mission is actually to empower you guys to like do the thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm selling an idea more than a product, right? I'm done with products as of now.
Then if like the product's not available, it's like, well, now what?
So I'm connecting you with the guys that have the product, and I'm selling you the ideas. Like, this is what you can do with his stuff that he's selling. Here you go. This is what
And we're also like kind of stockpiling stuff because like I don't want to bother Jehu. Like we're not trying to like hijack his channel or anything. Like we want to make sure it's worth his time too. Because like I'm not gonna say, hey, we have one pallet of this, make a video. Like we have to have enough to where it makes sense. Where he's gonna take the time, and half the time when you're like doing a video, we're already selling them. Yeah. And then by the time you're doing done doing what you're doing, then they're already gone. So and then I feel like a piece of shit, because I was like, you just like built this awesome thing, and now the cells are not available.
Yeah, and then it just doesn't work, and then you guys are mad at me because I didn't post the video.
Yeah,
I have a Powerwall at home that I'm like build. And I could make an awesome video, but like we can't sell you the batteries. Now you're like,
and they're like specific batteries too, so like it wouldn't apply to any. It's not like you can just plug and play different batteries.
Yeah. So there's a lot of challenges, right?
Thanks for the follow, Lochank. McLuby, is this the infamous Tom? Yes. Whenever you hear Jehu say, "Who is Tom?" and Tom, the battery guy. That's it.
If he sets up in Vegas, I'll work for him, and he can pay me with batteries. Says Richard 57.
I'll trade batteries for property.
Property, there you go.
Whatever, we'll figure something out. Especially if it could be commercial property. I mean, our freaking warehouse is. Well, also the guy that owns our landlord wants to sell our warehouse. Like we finally settled in. And the warehouse is perfect, and we did all this work with electrical, and now they want to sell, but we still have a commercial lease, so we don't have to move. But if we do, we have to, if the only places that are available are a little larger and they cost $2,000 a month more, well, he's going to have to pay for that difference.
Oh, really? That's how that works? Damn.
I mean, he already offered. I mean, I feel bad. Like, I don't want to be the guy that holds out because he wants to sell his building.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you guys have no idea how much shit we have to move.
Yeah.
Like, it would take us months. Yeah. And I can't even calculate the amount of labor it would cost.
Well, the time of moving too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like
it's the headache. Like when you have to move a business that has probably 600 to 700,000 pounds of freaking batteries in it.
What's the sales back? Want to pull everybody off?
We're going to use our employees to move, then we're losing sales, and it's costly. And I don't know, it sucks, but we'll figure it out. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, here are some super specific questions. What are the standard resistances you get for the ICR 26Fs? Those are the 2600 milliamp hours.
Oh, the Samsung?
I can't seem to get better than 80 milliohms.
So they are going to have a higher. If you're testing with a charger, when you want to get like you put it on there for the first time, you cycle it, and then you want to pull it off and put it back on for the internal resistance. Because
the second reading is more accurate.
Yeah, because the cell's cold, it hasn't been used, it's kind of in like a frozen state at the moment, so you can wake it up. So what we do when we test our cells, almost like, especially when they've been sitting for like a year, we'll put them in the Lido Kala testers, and they always show like 125 milliohms, right on that first initial push down,
Yeah.
But then you cycle it, and then you get a new reading, and they're back to where it should be. But if they've been sitting for like a year, you're going to get a high internal resistance check, because what happens is you put it in and it gives like a little shock wave, you know, and it gets that reading. And if the cells have been in a dormant state for over 6 months or so, that energy is not going to get from the anode to the cathode with no resistance.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna be woken up to receive it.
All right. M Motor says, greetings from Puerto Rico. Thanks for your efforts helping us. We have some Puerto Rico people in
We're trying, man. We might be able to take this whole DIY thing and power a lot of homes in Puerto Rico. So that was the main goal, to come out here. And also guys should support Javier too. He's putting in a lot of work, and he's going to have the cells to help. So we should probably ask Javier what he needs. What else he's going to need. Does he need inverters or?
Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't know if he needs solar panels, but we just.
Oh, and I actually brought a solar panel. Oh, maybe I should bring it and show it to you guys.
Is it the roll-up one?
No, dude, this is a
those
cool
were
one.
awesome.
Let me bring it in. In the meantime, let's see. Heads up, eBay shoppers, there is a 15% off eBay coupon using the app starting tomorrow.
eBay kicks ass now. I got so mad at them because they cut back their...
Click on the links right there. I just posted a link.
Yeah. eBay's coming out with a lot of coupons, and it costs them money because eBay takes 10% of every sale. So when they give you a 15-20% coupon, they're losing money every time you use that, because... but yeah, they had what was called an eBay Bucks program. So every time you bought something, you got like 2% back. And it wasn't a lot, but it added up to a lot if you purchased a lot of stuff. But then they cut that back to 1%. And then now like half the items you buy don't qualify for that 1%. So they basically wiped that off. But now I see why they did it, because now they're putting out these coupons that they used to not do. So it sucks for us as a seller initially, because like a lot of our perks got wiped out, but it makes eBay like a better marketplace. When you can buy something and get 20% off on eBay, you're definitely getting a good deal. So even our batteries, like, it doesn't cost us any more money to sell them. Like, eBay just takes that hit. They'll lose that money, but it generates a lot of sales for the sellers. So it was like a nice trade-off that kind of angered me at first, because I just...
So check this out. This is a solar panel that has... Should I take this thing off here? Let's see. Let's take this thing off. Let me show you guys what we got here. This is a company that donated this panel, and all we have to do is show us installing it in an installation in Puerto Rico. It doesn't matter. Just, actually, I don't know. This might actually work too, because this is a video, right? And they said that they would donate 100 more.
Wow, that's nice.
To the cops,
Nice.
to Javier, so he can use them.
Yeah, so Javier's, he's going to really start helping a lot of people out, but he needs your support, because it's a lot of work for him. He's donating so much of his time.
Yeah.
But yeah, if this company is going to give them 100, we just gave Javier like over 16,000 cells.
Yes, it was a whole pallet of cells.
Full pallet, 2,000 pounds of it. So, but just keep in mind that like he's donating a lot of his time. It's so much easier for me, especially like, we can only come out here once in a while. We'd rather, on our end, we can help him out by donating, but the amount of time he puts in is, you have to just support the guy and, what he's
help
doing
him out.
is good.
He's got a project right now.
Yeah.
He's got a GoFundMe project right now to do one of the projects. So that one hasn't been fully met or whatever. If you guys want to help him, Javier, post a link.
Especially his last video, man, with the two kids, like the looks on their faces.
Yeah.
You see that one?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So check out this panel. It actually already has a built-in solar charge controller.
Oh, wow.
Right, and
That's
it's got
pretty
this
cool.
cable,
Yeah, it's like
and then it's got
standard one.
this thing so that you can just connect it to like a
Car battery.
car battery, right? But so what we can do is just cut that cable and then we can probably put it with some of those A123 cells.
Oh yeah.
Is that the only LiFePro4 cells that you got right now?
Yeah.
Those are it, right?
Yeah.
So
They're hard to
LiFePro4s,
come by.
unfortunately, they're not the most popular cells anymore. But you know, this will work out of the box with 4S.
Yeah. I mean, they could. Yeah, they could do 4S for sure. Just won't charge them like all the way.
Yeah, and also that's true. And we can do some tests. Maybe we'll do that and for this one installation, show you how
We
to
could
use
always
some of
hook
the cells.
up like a
And we can
charge
change that.
controller. Yeah.
Yeah, we can change this chart control to get it off or leave it there, just connect it because the cables are right
That's
here.
the cool thing with all like the solar stuff is you can get your solar panels to put out whatever voltage you need. You know? So those charge controllers are important.
Yeah.
You can match it to whatever voltage battery pack you have.
Yeah. So we got to say thank you to what is this? Lenson? Old Lenson? Or Lenson?
Solar
Energy.
Solar Energy. Lenson Solar Energy. These guys are going to donate 100 of these panels to the cause.
ML Barra wants to know what's that Lenson kit model number? Is there a model number on there?
Is there a model number? I don't know.
I'm gonna go see what's here real quick.
Okay, so here is foldable solar panel. About us. Let's see. Lenson, founded in 08. Instructions, frequently asked questions. Oh, here are the models. Foldable solar module performance parameters. Type model LS100FD. And then LS80FD. Those are the two models. Yes, it's in my. So I have a link to Javier's thing on my YouTube channel on one of the stories, right? So if you go to like my channel, and then you go. Is Javier gone? Is he not with us anymore? And then you go to the community tab, and then you go. Oh, I already posted that one. Okay, so Nisa already posted it. I'm just kind of reading his messages. It's on eBay. Which one did you post it? Let's see. Is it this panel right here? I think Misa found the link. But yeah, that's the LS100FD, LS80FD. What's the difference? One is 100 watts and the other one's 80 watts. They're both 18 volts. Max power current. Yeah. So they're these, things like you can carry around and then you can fold it out. And so it's a pretty cool thing. Yeah, these guys are awesome. They're supporting our efforts here in Puerto Rico, and we're grateful to them. Let me pull up my thing here. Alrighty. Javier, we're using that panel? Okay, let's see. Where are we? Twitch. So that link that you posted, that's a $300 panel, guys. That's actually pretty cool. Wow, that's pretty cool. So that definitely it's going to help some families. 100 watt panel, 12 volts. That's not that bad. So okay, so where are we now? QR code. Come on. Oh, is there what's the panel watt? That's 100 watts. So, for emergency things, definitely it's totally useful for that. Let's see.
All right, where are we at?
I'm here waiting for the hammock time.
Steve, you want to go show them how to sit in a hammock?
They want to see the hammock in use.
That's a fucking homo hammock.
Not that there's anything wrong with home.
Nah,
Okay,
not at all.
But it's set up for that. If,
Yeah.
if you try to get into it, you would understand.
Exactly.
It puts you in a position to where there's
Yeah.
nothing else you could do but,
Yeah, it's not.
take one in the what.
Let's not even go there. It's a little late for that. Talk about that in the morning.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a $300 panel.
That is?
Isn't that crazy? That's yeah, man. Let's make it happen.
How many watts is it though?
100 watts.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, like the portable ones. I mean, the manufacturing has to be a lot on them because the like all the companies that manufacture solar panels are built for 100 watts and now 305, 260. You know, like in that range. So for a company to set up a manufacturing process for a smaller setup like that,
Yeah.
it's like they're going to be more expensive. You know.
Yeah. You
But
know.
they're cool. Like you can just take that into the woods, you know. Like imagine
Yeah.
that, or build it like carry it on, you know, as a backpack, because you never know when you need it. There's nothing worse than like losing cell phone like power in certain places. You just have one portable, and that will definitely put out enough power to charge your phone and get some lights going, whatever you need.
Yeah, definitely. It's way too expensive for doing. But
you
I mean,
don't want to fill your whole roof up with them.
yeah, with them. But I mean, we're getting 100 for free, so there's
Yeah,
you can't get any more
Right.
better deal than free, right?
Especially to build like a travel pack, because you can build a small battery pack too with
Yeah.
that, and then just
No, definitely it's for someone like someone that loses their power here and they have small needs. It's like I just
Yeah.
need to run a refrigerator or whatever, some medical
I mean, you
device.
see
whatever.
the people in Javier's videos, like they have, they like older women around here for some reason. There's like an epidemic where they're screwed. And Javier's helping them out,
Yes.
and families that have young kids and they haven't seen a light turn on in 7 months.
In months, yeah.
I mean,
that's
just
crazy.
something like that could change, that.
Huge difference, yeah.
You know.
And so, let's see, great donation, 100 off. No, I thought it's $300 off. No.
Man, this is going so fast.
Where's Tom? Oh, he came back. He was outside.
Yeah, unfortunately, I smoke cigarettes.
Oh.
And, I gotta try to kick that habit. But,
Tom, any info on the high current 18650 cells you said you have coming?
the high current, you mean like the high C rating?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is we have a lot of tool battery deals,
Yeah.
and they use high power cells. Like you can use them in your vapes.
Yeah.
So what's happening? We sat on a lot of them because we thought we could fix them as is. We were expecting to be able to fix the BMS. So what's going on is a lot of these tool batteries have BMSs that fail like right off the bat. So they protect the battery, but when you use your battery and you go to charge them, the temperature sensor goes out of whack and the charger doesn't recognize the battery. So people bring it back to a Home Depot or a Lowe's, and it ends up coming back through our facility. And oftentimes the cells are like brand new. Like they're 13Q Samsungs that are measuring above 13Q, so they're always like above that range. So the cells are perfect, but we sat on a lot of them hoping we could find a way to fix the BMSs as is, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do it. So we're going to start offering a lot of chunks of batteries, and these are going to be nice little modular packs, so you can build a small battery pack that will pack a punch.
Yeah.
You can power a 5,000 watt inverter with a very small battery, but it's just the capacity. These are power cells, so the capacity is lower, but it'll give you that extra power.
Yeah. Hey, so Misa's asking, do you guys want to raid the Lensen Facebook and leave them a message thanking them for the donation? It'll help get those 100 panels. Yeah, so they don't let them know that we are talking about this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure you mention Jehu Garcia is talking about it, and also put a link to this Twitch, right? Oh, but can I get a custom? Because I don't know how to get the custom link to this one video. We can only just get a link to the main.
Yeah,
my
ML
main
Barrow.
channel.
Mad props to Lenson for donation. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it too, like the amount of competition that Lenson is in right now. I mean, they're competing directly with China right now.
Misa, post the link to their Facebook thing, and so that everyone can link on it, and then like post a message that everyone should put with the link back to this video, and then that way we can totally rate them.
Oversample reality, Vape Nation. Yeah, so about there's like, see, people who vape, they don't understand internal resistance readings, and so what's going on with the vape batteries is there's a lot of mislabels going on. So these vape batteries are claiming 40 amps of power, per cell, but that's the pulse rating. It's not the continuous rating. And so they're labeling them as the pulse rating, which is going to be higher, but it's only for like 2 seconds or 3 seconds. You can't do that consistently, and people take deep hits. They'll take 5-6 second long hits, and I mean,
yes.
So there's a lot of lithium battery fires, mainly because of the mislabeled ratings on the batteries, and also people are building unregulated mods, and they're trying to power them with batteries that are not meant for that amount of power. So there's like a stigma with used cells in that, like the Vape Nation community. Yeah, they're huge, man. And it's awesome too. Like, I mean, I'm on their Facebook group and I love it. But there's so many people don't realize that like a company like ours takes the time to measure internal resistance, so like they can get $1 cells instead of going and paying $11 for them, but they heard so much bad things about used cells, and they're probably people selling them used like Sanyo cells that are untested, and they're getting hot or catching fire.
Yeah, there are some videos going around where they explode on people's faces and stuff. It's usually batteries that come from sketchy.
Yeah, that's why you have to get that internal resistance reading is more important than the capacity, because you get one cell that gets hot or one cell catches on fire in the wrong part of the pack, forget about it. You lose your house, you could lose your family. See, when you buy from us, that we just did all the testing. It would have caught on fire from our testing if it was going to catch. So we take care of that, and also you can build your pack knowing that there's not going to be a dud in there. Especially like the ones that we sell that are 100% tested. Because I went through that. I used to be the guy that would try to build stuff out of like used laptop batteries, and it was a nightmare. And that's the main thing that motivated me to do this, because I just got so pissed off from the fake BMSs that we would order, the bad batteries, or you finally build your battery pack and then every week you have to replace a cell, and it's just it sucks.
So I just posted a comment on their Facebook. Follow the link there. It doesn't show it, but I did post a link, so maybe posting a link might be kind of productive.
Zekatan, reach out. He said, sounds great. Yes, here in Puerto Rico, in the mountains, in the center of the island. Yes, please, we need help, definitely. You can check us out at Talares Flor de Piedra channel in YouTube. I would recommend if you guys want to do something like that for the mountains of Puerto Rico, to reach out to Javier, because he's really involved, and he does have some connections with people that give him feedback as to like what families and what areas need help. But we just gave him a lot of cells, and he's going to be able to help a lot of people. So, and he's expanding too. He just had an interview today on like a live news station. So it's catching on, and he's really doing some work that most people don't have time to do. So definitely help him out.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Yeah. So go down there and post it on the thing. I just saw that there's like 3-4 comments already down there.
Box at Jehu Garcia and Tom. I want you to come with me to do an installation. We have an 84-year-old guy that won't get the grid power back ever. I also want to take you to Utuado to meet the family on my last video. Definitely, man. we'll come with you. You know, just reach out to us. I'm gonna try to come back here for another month.
That's Javier.
Oh, it's Javier.
That's
Okay. So Javier is Affybox.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll go with you this week. You know, we'll be here till Tuesday, and then, like I said, we're coming back for sure. I want to come back for a full month. Once.
Wow. Okay. Full month.
Yeah. Once we get everything settled with you know, Luis, I want to sit down and get some more stuff figured out for, you know, to supply people of Puerto Rico in general. There's so many people reached out to us, and I just feel bad that we didn't have the employee power to get all this stuff down. You know, like we just got slammed with orders, and we were. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm just happy that the 5 pallets made it here, and it went through smooth. It didn't get held. Yeah. It didn't get held up at the ports. All of our paperwork was done properly, and the paperwork's, you know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Forget about it. You know, it sucks. But we did it, and it was kind of like a test shipment. So the next one's going to be a lot bigger.
Mick Archie says, "Hey, Headway vape, yo."
Yeah. Imagine that. You'd have smoke coming out your ears.
200 amps. We gotta do it.
That would be ridiculous.
We gotta do it. By the way, guys, I don't know if you know, there's a huge YouTuber, H3 Productions.
Okay.
He makes fun of like stuff. He makes commentary videos. He made a commentary video on Vape Nation.
Oh, really?
Making fun of them, you know, like the way they are, and he built this giant vape machine. It's like accordion size thing, and he's got like side panels that are see-through, like and then you can see all the Trust Fire batteries on the side, dude. Oh, it's so crazy. I don't even know if they're like really like powering anything. I think they're mostly like just you know props. But it's kind of cringe more than you're like, no.
The e-bike guy had a good April Fool's video. Remember we were talking about doing something like that for April Fool's?
Oh yeah.
Where we act, you know, just screw
Say
around, power
outrageous.
something ridiculous with one Trust Fire cell.
That's right.
But yeah, he had this new battery, and he just hooked one up, and then it's flying around, you know, on his e-bike. That was his video.
Let's see. Affybox, Jay, who's ignoring you? He doesn't want to sweat. Yeah, that's true. Don't take me where it's hot, Javier, please.
Battery mooch. A few of us understand. I've tested over 270 batteries for vapors. Preposterous ratings. Yeah, man, I can't stress that enough. There's so like the eFest battery brand is being ripped off. They're coming. The Chinese are making their own labels that look exactly like it, and you know, if you vape, you have to be careful. Like I can tell you for sure, based on the batteries that we get in, because we got a full pallet of vapes. Like we actually have probably like 5,000 of those smock vapes right now. And the batteries that come with them, we test them, and there's a lot of fakes, there's a lot of labels that you can tell were relabeled, you know.
All those batteries that are the 5 major.
You
okay,
have
not 100%, right? There are some like
ATL. I like ATL batteries are good. So like if you want to build something with new batteries, like new Chinese batteries, ATL is pretty steady. But they're also like Fortune 500 companies like that. So they come in some of the mods for the what's it called, the modems.
Oh really?
Yeah, some of the modems we use like Fox.
Oh, and those other Canadian ones. What are those called?
Molly cell.
The Molly ones.
Yeah,
too.
Molly cells are good, but they don't age good.
Oh, they don't age.
Yeah, we notice like sometimes we get modem batteries that are from like 2007, you know, and the ones that are LG from 2007, and these are all modem batteries that were used in the same region, used the same exact way, and
same use.
Yeah, they were. So the ones that were LG cells were testing really well, and then the Molly cells were not testing as hot. You know, so they work good, but I don't know if the longevity is there. You know, but they're good cells. Like if you build a Powerwall with Molly cell, you're gonna be happy with them. But I don't know if age. My guess is that the age of the cell, if you let them sit longer, not in use, that they might kind of, I don't know. I guess they just start to go bad from sitting too long. They don't recover, you know.
They don't recover.
But yeah, I mean,
easily.
if you get fresh ones, like if you get them from us and they're tested, like they're going to keep that capacity. But if you let them sit for 2 or 3 years, you know, an LG cell is going to wake right back up. Samsung's going to do it. Sony's really good. Panasonic, of course, is really well.
Yeah. I had a buddy's leg get burnt up last week.
Wow, from
Slave custom
vapes.
clamp, yeah, from vapes probably. Yeah, that's
I actually use I have a vape and I use the Ryobi cells. They use the Samsung 13Q, and I believe they're 20 amp rated. Actually, let me see if I have it.
X-Men 2000 XS tank stomp for all the great batteries you sold me. My light bill was only $27 this month. They are working great.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's crazy, huh?
That's awesome, man.
$27. So that's
Yeah.
your vape? Oh, that's a fancy vape.
It's a smuck, just like a standard smuck. It's 2 cells. How epic would it be if my face caught on fire?
Yeah.
We're just talking about it.
Let me change my battery on.
But yeah, these you know, like these are all.
Let me change the battery on the camera.
So for example, these here, guys, like when you get batteries from us that are tested, we put these little stickers on each one. So this is a 1300 milliamp hour cell, brand new, and these came from the batteries that we have, and they're testing at 1400. Like this one's 1400, and the internal resistance is super low. So that's what you want to look for with power cells. You need lower internal resistance, but for cells that are capacity cells, like the ones most of you will use for your power walls, it's okay to have the higher internal resistance because the C rating is low, which means that the power is going to have resistance going back and forth.
Yeah, the duty cycle is going to be light and stuff. Let me change the battery on the camera before it just dies. It's the batteries, man. Batteries.
Yeah,
It's like a giant one, like.
and does that
200
bottom
kilowatt
have to click in for it to work? Or?
Yeah, so it's got like a little thing, and no, it's got a little thing where you stick the.
What I'm
cable
saying
out
is
or
like
whatever.
for this one, like if we
There's a dummy.
crack the case and just add another.
No, I have the dummy.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
stick it on there, and then you take out
nice.
the cable. Are we back? Let's see. Oh yeah, we're back. That was quick.
Nice.
That was quick and painless. I changed the battery.
Yes, I gotta scroll down. I feel bad because I want
Yeah.
people to think we're ignoring you.
Yeah, sorry guys. If you have an important question, just type it again. If we skipped it, because we're just trying to move along, and I get so behind.
Yeah, HB2 cells are really good cells. If you vape, you should probably use HB2.
Oh, by the way, those are that pallet that I bought.
Yeah,
20,000 cells. I still have a bunch of them. I don't know what to do with them. I was gonna use them on skateboards, but then I'm like, I only get like 10 miles of range.
Yeah.
Where if I use the 3,400 milliamp hours that I bought from you, I can get like 40 miles.
That's
like,
crazy. 40 mile
I'm like, I'm
on
gonna
a
use
skateboard.
this.
Yeah. It's always cool. Like I love seeing like when people. Oh, I wanted to show you this guy. Some of the pictures that people send me for their projects. Like just crazy. The most like creative stuff we get pictures of all the time. Like people are so proud of what they just made.
Yeah.
And it's just cool. Like once in a while to get. Like some guy made like a couch that goes like 55 miles an hour across.
A couch.
Yeah.
He built a couch.
Let's see.
It's almost as crazy as that guy that wants to build an off-road skateboard using hoverboard wheels.
Yeah.
Motors.
Well, they do make the off-board ones, but it's basically a normal skateboard, but the wheels are big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see.
But they're always outboard motors, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what about the hub motors? And then I
Do they go
realized,
fast enough, or
I realized that the hoverboard have hub motors. The
Oh,
wheels are hub
yeah.
motors. They only go
Okay,
10
yeah.
miles an hour
Yeah, that's
at
it,
36
yeah.
volts. But what if we overvolt them to 42 volts or 48 volts?
that'd be interesting to try.
Someone said that it's 1 mile per every volt you overvolt.
Yeah, because like why would they make a motor that just goes that slow? You know, like it's
Well, on hoverboards, because you stand like this, so
Yeah.
you don't actually stand like this. So you have
Yeah.
less. So that 10 miles.
oh,
is
I
actually
got you.
pretty
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. You can't just have the thing take off.
But if
on
you overvolt them by 12 volts, right, to 48,
you can get up to like 15, 20 miles an hour, that'd be cool. You know, that'd be
well, it was
perfect.
like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, wow. Nice.
That's fast.
Yeah, especially on a skateboard. Like, if you haven't skateboarded before, there's a certain speed you hit where you start to shake back and forth.
Yeah.
And once that happens, forget it. Like, you're done. You're
Yeah.
going down.
Tell me about it.
Actually, I used to skateboard when I was a kid. I was really good before I got morbidly obese, and but I held on to the back of a what's it called? The USPS truck.
Oh.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that he was on a highway. I thought we were still in the neighborhood.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he turns onto a highway, and the
takes
thing,
off.
yeah. I took a big spill,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I got lucky because I rolled a lot of times, but I just must have rolled right. And also, I was lucky there wasn't a car behind me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So stupid me, I'm like, oh, this is my first time on a skateboard. Oh, let's go. And then like within 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, I'm comfortable.
Yeah, you get that confidence.
20 miles an hour.
You have to watch out for rocks too. A little pebble will ruin your day.
Well, you know what? It's like over there is like it's smooth asphalt, and then when it
okay.
becomes rough,
Yeah.
it's like
forget about it,
the
yeah.
board just goes under you. You're
Yeah.
like, what? It just happened.
I'm kind of surprised that like the e-skateboard thing isn't like you can't really do tricks on. I mean, you can, but you
Yeah.
got a lot of weight on it. So you're not gonna do kick flips or ollies or anything.
Yeah, no.
So like, why keep the same wheels on it? Like, why not go into more of like a rugged? Like, why worry about a pebble knocking you on your face? When you're
Well,
going
I think
30?
I think they're average around 100 millimeters.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Which
But
is slightly,
that's not bad, yeah.
That's bigger than the normal
Yeah.
regular skateboards, right? So.
Yeah, it's about I use one like the double lip all the time, but like the long boards will use the bigger wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you mean, like bigger? Like bigger? Like more than
Just
100 millimeters?
wider and like more diameter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to make the, because I was down in Baja,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I can't skate. Like the roads are super rough over here.
Yeah.
Like, if I had 6-inch
But
wheels,
if you had, I think like a perfect tire would be a thinner tire, but like a real tire tread.
yeah, with air,
Yeah.
pneumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would actually work because then there's a lot less resistance from like the width of the tire to slow you down.
Yeah.
And if you hit a rock, then you hit a rock. So, it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
But when you'll hit a rock and you'll just hear it like skid. And when you hear that noise, you're done. Just forget about it.
Yeah, so I have some scars now
Nice.
to remember a bruised hip and a shoulder.
Yeah.
And I bruised ego because I really fell in front of a bunch of people. Like that. I was just hated in front of them. Like,
You didn't smack your camera, did you?
no, I didn't have my camera.
Oh, I see.
luckily, I was actually just.
You were just showing off for the
I was-
pedestrians.
So here's the cool thing. I was like, every light, I'm going down the street, and I'm keeping up with traffic, right? And
Oh, yeah.
so they're 20 miles an
Yeah.
hour. So there's a red light, and I'm standing there, and everybody's looking at me like, what's this idiot doing? Like in the bike lane, like, thinking he's good. And then the light turns green.
Yeah.
Pshhoom, I just take off, and then they're like, what?
Yeah.
And then the cars are catching up.
Yeah.
And there was like, I don't know, 10 lights that I was doing that, and eventually, boom, I just ate it in front of everyone.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. What 3,400 milliamp hour cells he's talking about and clothing? So
Panasonic makes.
what happened with those? Why did you sell a few of those? And why did I buy most of them?
I don't know. You just started buying stuff from our store. Like I would have just like I would have hooked you up.
I'm like, there's 3,400 milliamp hour cells.
Yeah.
I'm buying them.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
that was like we got a lot of like 30,000 cells in, and they were mixed in there.
they were
Yeah,
mixed
like it's
in.
very rare we get cells in like that where they're already cleaned and tested.
Uh-huh.
Like I forget what it was. I think there was a recycling company that tried to do what we're doing, and they realized it's not worth the money, I guess. So we just bought the stock off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I don't think they had like the whole. They didn't have enough testing equipment. They didn't have like
Yeah.
the right like when we get a process going. Like I'll spend a whole week or 2 weeks ordering stuff on Amazon, going to all the tool places. Like we have to find the most efficient way to crack these things open. Otherwise, just simple things like a drill that unscrews faster.
Yeah.
Throughout the course of a day, it saves so much time. and what we do is so labor intensive. Like anything
Yeah.
to shave off 5 seconds
Yeah.
makes a huge difference.
Which
for
is
us.
the reason why I suggested those chargers. Everybody's saying the Opus, records internal. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but you have to press like
Yeah,
a
all
button
the
like
buttons.
4 times. Do that times 1,000 when
Yeah.
you're doing, or 5,000 if you're doing 5,000
The
cells.
biggest problem we're having now is with like we can't find a label gun where you just type in numbers and it prints out and then we can swipe it. So we're using like the same label guns that you like a convenience store uses.
Oh, I see.
So they work really well for like labeling the cells, but there's these little knobs we have to turn, and we have to every number has to be done manually.
Oh, no.
So we have like 3 people.
No, you have to
testing.
have like every like.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what I
measurement
mean?
sheet.
Like this
Yeah.
one's 4. No, this is 2,602.
Like that takes so much time. Like I was kind of debating on like whether it's worth it, but like it was something that like I wanted to implement just as a like a quality control thing. But it takes up more time than it does to test the cells because like we have 3 people there just using these stupid labelers, and if we could just have a digital screener, something where there's 10 numbers, you just hit it and that's it. Like it would save us. That alone would save us probably 2 hours of labor every day.
Yeah.
Or something like so, just a little tool like that. But yeah, I mean, it's almost everything we get is as a product already, and there's guidelines we have to follow, on how to dispose of it and how we're allowed to introduce it into the marketplace.
Yeah. All right. Battery. Wait. New Wilder 5 is saying have a good one. Don't drink too much. Puerto is too hot for hangover when you're building
is.
solar systems.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Longboard standard is about 70 millimeters. A lot of roll boards are 80 millimeters and up. Roll boards? E-boards? Maybe e-boards? What you meant? I don't know. Are we live? Yes, we're live. This thing kinda, yeah. So it's if you want to learn DIY skate, go to Electric Skateboard Builders. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good board. I think I probably visited that a few times when I was looking into my stuff.
Oh, okay. So
If you're interested in skateboard, there's a bunch of ways to go. My favorite one is to go with have wheels and 4-wheel drive.
yeah.
And it's
You can
the
feel the
which wheels?
difference.
It's the Meepo, the Meepo style HUV motors. Those, if you use 4 of them, it's so
Yeah.
simple. You basically, screw the trucks onto the thing and then
That's
put
it.
your battery, and then
Yeah.
your performance is like up there with boosted boards, and
yeah,
very
right there.
easily.
Yeah.
I got 40 miles of range with them with
Yeah.
a battery pack that's this thin,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And so like, it's heavy, but I mean you're getting 40 miles of range.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
a
know,
ridiculous amount. of
That's
range
a
for that.
beast.
Yeah.
and you're getting acceleration like this,
Oh, yeah.
and you can
It's
be up to
instant.
speed in like.
Yeah, if you use the 2 motors, like on you're gonna go so much faster.
Well,
you know.
4. I'm saying 4.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
So if you just use it on like if you're gonna use one, put it on the back truck. This is called like a truck. So wherever your the back of it is,
Yeah.
that's where you want it, because otherwise it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna kind of pull you.
Oh.
You're gonna feel yourself pull back.
Oh,
so you want
really?
to be able to like lean forward as you're
Yeah.
accelerating.
Accelerating.
Yeah.
And all-wheel drive, you got better traction
Oh, yeah,
and stuff too.
everything,
So
yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, it works out. And so now I'm gonna do that, but on a 4-wheel drive off-road electric skateboard with the 6.5-inch wheels. From,
Yeah, that'll be cool.
So
It
that's
is-
the plan, anyways.
It's got to be like one of the things where once you try it, once you just kind of understand, now I know why people like this stuff. It's
Yeah, no, yeah,
awesome.
totally got it. I'm like, now I understand why
like the
people.
guy in your video, like the smile on his face, like you couldn't wipe that off with a punch.
That's
like
right.
he was so happy,
That's right. No, it's super fun. It is dangerous, right? If you have a thing that goes 20 miles an hour and you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I think like 15 miles an hour is like that safe spot. But yeah, once you get,
Yeah.
you don't want to look like a sissy with a helmet You know, like just kind of take your time. And, you know, don't go too crazy. But
Don't
yeah.
ride your thing without a helmet. I'm like, oh, at least I didn't hit my head.
Yeah.
I go, and then I look at my helmet, it's all scratched from the side. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I probably would have cracked my
would have
head.
been your head. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, look at that. Check out this labeler. There's a link to the
All right,
Amazon.
let me click on it.
Let's
Hopefully
see.
it doesn't
Let's see. Yeah.
take me. Oh, nice. Oh, it's a Dymo labeler.
Ooh.
That's cool.
You never know. Maybe you can
Holy
like quickly
shit.
type on a thing, and then it spits it out. It might be the way
Let
to go.
me, thank you, whoever sent that.
This is Jason 483. Thank you for the link. I think yeah, you might
Oh,
have.
dude, that might be. Oh,
might have
shit, you can
shaped-
do it on your phone too.
You can do it on your phone.
So the main issue that I have with these labelers that aren't like the swipe ones is we do thousands of cells at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So having to pull off the sticker behind it, the back of the sticker, it'll drive you nuts. You know.
Yeah.
So this is basically exactly what we wanted. So as long as the sticker, the back is already peeled off when it prints, that would save us so much time.
That would be the way
Thank
to go.
you. Let me. I'm gonna send my brother this link, and I'll have him look more into it.
Yeah. 3,000 milliamp hour shootout posted. Try Mooch on Facebook. I made my bike trailer electric to push
Nice.
my mountain bike on multi-day bike packing trips.
That's pretty cool. You can also throw a couple solar panels on that, like as you're going, kind of charge your bike. You know, and
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
was thinking too, like, because if you look on Craigslist, you find a lot of old trailers. You know, like it would be cool to just kind of use them and build like a mobile solar thing. You just kind of park in your backyard or whatever, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
It'd be
solar
cool.
does work in in its smaller, on ultralight vehicles like bicycles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does work. So it's a cool thing if you want to do that sort of stuff. Made a 13S 10P pack from Tom's Battery, says Mike Loopy.
Let me see. Nice.
I like that solar panel idea. And then people are saying to put a link to the picture. Yeah, man.
I
So
got out of this thing. Here we go. All right, I'm back.
there we go. So yeah, that's what's happening here. We're hanging out in Puerto Rico, and yeah, we're gonna definitely build some battery packs tomorrow and test the Batrium BMS tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we're
That
gonna
should be
get
fun.
Jaren, and I want to record that stuff and I want to share it with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be super technical, kind of like slow pace probably. But I think for a lot of you guys that are looking into a BMS, I know the BMS sounds like it's a lot of money. It's like $500 to $600, but when you think about your size batteries, right?
Yeah. If you're building a large battery pack, it's definitely worth the investment.
It's worth the
Because it's
investment.
going to protect your batteries too.
Not only that, but it's going to give you a lot of features that you're going to want, like remote monitoring, right? You can be anywhere in the world, type in a
And
thing.
it keeps a log too, right?
It keeps a log for years. You can set up, it's completely reconfigurable. It sets like the frequency that it wants to record the logs, you know.
Oh,
you can
nice.
have
It
once a
doesn't
day or
interfere.
once an hour, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, and it's like temperature, voltage, load,
Oh wow!
everything on this thing is.
So the data you get,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
It's
And,
worth
I mean,
it.
If it's built good and it lasts, you know, like
Yeah.
Plus, you have to think about the resale value. Like Batrium sells out all the time.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get one. So
Yeah.
even if you used it for like a couple of years, a good chance you can resell the
Yeah.
Atrium
Right now
for
they're totally
most
sold
of the
out.
value.
I couldn't buy one to bring it here, so I actually ripped mine off the wall.
Yeah.
to bring it here.
Yeah, so even if you spend the 600 and you know you use it for 3 years, and then you want to build something else differently, or you know you could sell that Batrium for at least more
Yeah.
than half.
It's
what
peace
you
of
paid
mind.
for it. Yeah.
It's hard to beat peace of mind. You know what I mean?
Think
You
it-
can't put money.
Think
in.
about all the time you spend building your power wall.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't want to put that work and trust into a Chinese BMS that you
Yeah.
don't. Because we actually get Chinese BMSs in like to build some packs, and we test them first, and about 5% of them are bad. right off the bat, and they're brand new ones. So it's that you got a 5% chance depending on the product you're going to add to your batteries, and you don't want to be that 5%.
Yeah.
Especially when it's something that you're not going to stay at home all the time monitoring your batteries. Like you go off to work, you want to make sure your kids aren't going to, be in an unsafe house.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to put a good BMS on your system.
By the way, I haven't checked. We're also live on Facebook, by the way.
Oh, really? Okay.
And what's the other one? That's the other platform. I don't know. I want another platform that no one cares about, no one sees or whatever. But anyways, let me check the comments on Facebook because we've been ignoring them all this time.
Just ordered 5 more of the 4 SPIM 08 HP 3.7. The lithium the flat cells said they work great. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, those are real solid cells. They test out really well, and they're consistent. We get so many of them in there, and they're testing out pretty good capacity, and they're strong. So you can power a lot of heavy loads with that.
John Robertson's asked Tom, do you ship to Canada?
We do ship to Canada, and it's actually, believe it or not, it's cheaper for us to ship to Canada than it is to Puerto Rico, Hawaii, or Alaska. So we ship to Canada because FedEx goes there by ground.
Oh, because there's a ground available.
Yeah, but there's certain things with shipping to Canada that's out of our hands. So
certain locations.
Yeah, like if you're kind of off the beaten path, then we won't be able to. There's a lot of times we get orders from Canada where there has to be like a private airplane to fly.
Oh wow!
Supplies. Canada
is a big country, guys.
Yeah, it's huge. So what you can do is you can give us your zip code, and we can put it into our system because we have a hazmat contract. And if that contract says it doesn't allow us to ship hazmat to that zip code, we just can't do it. Like we can't. Our risk is if we get caught, my brother could go to jail. Like he could go to jail for shipping batteries illegally, and we could get a $75,000 fine,
Yeah.
So we can't. It's something we can't risk. But I would say about 90 to 95% of Canada we can ship to. And then if we can't, usually we can get to a town near you. So if you have family in another zip code, we can try that. So, but just confirm that we can ship to your zip code, and we'll let you know right away whether we can or we can't. But most likely we can.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, Javier was on. Did we already mention that? He was on Telemundo.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Facebook post here that he did.
Yeah, congratulations, man. I first met Javier today. Like a lot of times I just talk with these guys on the phone or text message, and this is like a big week for me. So I was coming down here, first time in Puerto Rico, meeting a bunch of people that I've never met before.
Yeah.
And I'm just so glad that like you guys were cool. Like I don't really like meeting new people, and I kind of just sort of stay low,
Yeah. Well, he likes to ship batteries. That's what happens. Yeah.
Ship batteries and play Fortnite with the kids.
Oh. So there's 18 comments on Facebook, but unfortunately it doesn't show them to me. It only shows me like 4 or whatever. So sorry if you posted.
I shared it on mine too, so I might have.
Oh, okay.
I might be able to see them on mine.
Oh, so they might be. Oh, yeah, because that thing has a couple of shares. Yeah, you're right. Wait, does it? I don't know. Okay. So. And it's kind of stuck. There's 3 people. We're live. It's working.
Oh, McLoopy, yeah. About the headway cells. You have to use what's that ratchet called that limits how much you turn?
What is that called?
Like an adjustable.
Yeah, the pounds. The foot pound thing. What is that called?
So basically,
yeah.
The headway cells, they come with 2 screws, and if you over tighten them, it will spin it out.
Yeah,
and it's
you have to be careful, right?
Yeah,
torque wrench.
Yeah, torque wrench. Yeah.
Thank you,
18650
shrink.
Yeah, set that like to its proper level. Yeah, I would look up.
Which is what you don't know what it is.
I forget off the top of my head, but you can find it on the headway cell like data sheet. But yeah, we did it. We did it a bunch of time. We must have screwed up like 20 or 30 of them.
Oh, really?
And it doesn't feel like you're over tightening them.
You're stripping it?
Yeah. But yeah, what'll happen is you'll tighten it too much, and all the electrolyte will leak out.
Whoa, guys! WD409 has 35 batteries and is ranked 69 of 840 on the leaderboard. And then Make Archie has 61 batteries. It's ranking 32 out of 830. You guys
Nice.
are ranking up some batteries points.
Yeah.
We don't have to give some batteries, Tom.
Yeah.
All these guys.
We should do like a cool giveaway
Yeah.
one day. Just something like. Really
So here's the thing. I don't know if you saw the earlier things that we did like the other days. Turns out they can use those battery points. If I put a poll here and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, what do you guys think is gonna happen with this battery?" or "What do you think is that?"
Ah,
or
that's cool.
Some poll, and they can bet their battery points.
no shit.
You know what I mean?
Ah,
Like
that's
if
cool.
some dude
Yeah.
decides to go, different than everyone else, and he could win everybody's points. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So there's a thing to keep the comments kind of thing, keep
That's
them
pretty
engaged
cool.
and stuff.
Yeah, Twitch is neat. Like they give you a lot of
Yeah.
tools to make it interesting.
So we're gonna do that hopefully soon. We're gonna get the Stream Elements thing.
Never seen so many spellings of torque wrench. It's so embarrassing. I draw blanks randomly for the stupidest things. Like it could be the easiest word, and for some reason my brain cuts it out.
Yep, that's what happens, man. Especially when you're on camera.
We got to bring back the 420 topic.
What's
420?
Fortnite?
Fortnite is the best video game of all time. It's
No, that's Halo.
Nah, it blows Halo out of. Like if
Wow,
you
that's
played
Halo.
Fortnite, just give it like 3 or 4 days. Like it's gonna be new, it's gonna be different because you have to
Halo.
build, right? Just give it time, and you'll be addicted like so fast.
Word.
It's like the reward throughout the gameplay.
Which one is that one? Is that the new one that everyone's playing?
Everyone's playing it, and also
The
it's
one where
free,
you
too.
jump out of the
Out of the
airplane
bus,
and
yeah.
then you.
Yeah,
you
so basically you
it's
fly
Halo.
over
It's a
top of
repackaged
a
Halo.
Yeah, you fly over an island, you
Uh-huh.
drop down out of an airplane.
Okay.
And you have to like find
Wait, you
guns.
play that?
Yeah.
And you don't stream it?
No. I just
What's
kinda,
going on here?
It's like the first time in a long time like on anything live.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to I'd like to start streaming, but I stink. Like my son and then like my stepson's like 9 years old and they
Oh.
crush me. Like
Oh,
they're
really?
so- yeah. And they'll
They
watch
kill you?
They'll watch YouTubers and get points. Like it's embarrassing. Like that kid used to be in my balls and now he's beating me, 10-0 in video games. Like, come on. Yeah. But I'm good, but like I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not accurate. Like I play the game right.
Yeah.
Like I play it like I'm actually, in a survival situation. So I'll always last to like the last 5, but then I'm just not good enough to get the last kills. Like you could be like running in front of me, and I'll just get like 5 shots on you, and you could turn around and just kill me. Like I saw you first. I'm lined up perfect, and for some reason I can't win that stupid battle.
You have bad aim.
Yeah, but Fortnite you can build walls, right? So if you shoot, they call it like a panic build. So you'll start shooting at someone, and all of a sudden there's like a fort around them. So you got to knock the fort down, and then to get to them.
What?
Yeah. So or you can build a staircase.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah,
So
I've seen
imagine
it,
you
I've
have
seen
like superhero powers where you can build a wall or a
it.
staircase.
Yeah, I've seen
like-
those on the live things.
Yeah,
I've seen
it's
a
cool,
couple
man.
videos.
I would give it I would give it a shot. Like I stopped playing video games for like a long time.
2 of you guys managed to spell that correctly. The torque wrench.
Yeah, you guys did.
You guys are just as bad as us. That's me. That's
Yeah, we'll
funny.
figure it out.
Well, I gotta check that out. I mean, I've seen people. That's what people play here, right? But so Heides this Vian says, "Hi, Mr. Garcia. I wonder what your opinion is on ANMA's power, 1860 batteries. Have you heard or tested them?
What are they?
ANMA's power, ANMAS.
And mass power.
We
No.
haven't heard of them.
I've
No.
never heard of them.
They're probably some rewrap.
or maybe
probably
it's
some
like
Chinese.
popular in a different country.
Yeah,
like they're-
we haven't heard about them.
I mean, I would imagine
This
that-
guy hasn't heard of them.
Yeah, when we get
they're not
we get
good
everything in. Like we probably have 300-400 different cells.
Mm-hmm.
On, I mean, the vast majority of it's LG and Samsung, but we get some really weird stuff in.
Yeah. My headways keep working loose. I need to buy better bolts or glue them.
Yeah, the headways, because you have to think about too, like the connection's so important. So the threads have to be perfect, because that's a lot of power coming out of a battery. So your connection has to be able to handle that.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Halo's not on school. What are you guys talking about?
Halo was good, but I'm telling you, like, there's something about like searching the chest, and like you can drop down and you just get screwed. You can't find a good gun. You know, like you get stuck with a pistol, and then some 5-year-old kid finds like an assault rifle, and you're done. You know, it doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah.
So there's a reward system throughout the game. So sometimes you get lucky, you get like a rocket launcher, and like a gold AR, and you're good. You're gonna destroy people. But it's fun. I used to play like Call of Duty too, but this one, it just has a couple extra layers that make it like more interesting.
That much better, yeah. Andy Welzer, Jehu, which is the best? Which battery cell is best for DIY RV battery project? When I was looking at new, was going to get GBS. Lithium iron phosphate is going to work better as a 12-volt battery. So that's your equipment's 12-volt battery. But the problem is that all 12-volt equipment is slightly different. So you might be able to get away with using 3.7-volt lithium batteries, as opposed to 3.2 volt lithium batteries, the lithium iron phosphate.
If you have like DC appliances, you want to check the input ratings.
Yeah. So it's not easy. It depends on your equipment, essentially.
So like a quick rundown, you got, let's just say the sweet spot for lithium batteries is between like 4.2 and 2.8. So 3 in series will give you an 8.4 volt low voltage. So if your appliances have a low voltage cutoff at 10, you're missing all that extra voltage. Yeah, so it's not going to last you long. But the main thing is
you can use the entire battery essentially.
Yeah. So, but your 4S, if you're too high, it's not going to work because your appliances will never turn on because they have protections from high voltage. Yeah. So if you're going 4S and you're at 16.8 volts fully charged, and you have a DC appliance that cuts off at 16 volts or an inverter that cuts off at 15.5, it's just not going to turn on.
Yeah.
So either way, you're losing a little bit on the bottom or a little bit on the top, and it will work as long as you stay within those parameters. But usually, when you stay in the parameters, you're losing capacity, and you're just building a battery pack and wasting a lot of its potential.
Yeah. So it's tricky. You got to test your equipment and do the little test. Yeah. And then I'd say I don't know. At this point, it's weird if you already have a bunch of equipment in your RV.
Yeah.
Just try to find the best battery. But if you're going to set it or build a thing or something, just go with something that works with lithium cobalt oxide, because that's by far the most widely available battery in the world right now, right? 3.7 nominal volt batteries. You can get them in
everything.
All kinds.
Yeah.
You can get them in,
And also, like, maybe like if you're in a bind, just stick with some, lead acid for now until some become available. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not going to last as long.
There's nothing wrong with not having the best battery in the world.
Yeah. Especially when you're stuck. If you're living in an RV and your life is 12 volts, Right now, for whatever reason, they decided to go 3.7 volt nominal. And also when you get into Life PO4 cells, they're usually not high capacity. They're usually
energy density is not as high.
Right.
So it's going to be bigger and heavier than you would with a battery like this, right? But then this one's not really made for 12 volts. So if you're using 24 volts, this one works great at 7S. If you want to do 36 volt 10S, if you want to do 48, is 14S.
And also, like, if you're using an inverter, then it doesn't matter. You'll have to get a new inverter, and then everything's fine. But like RVs, there's a lot of DC appliances.
A lot of 12 volt DC.
Yeah. And check also, like, maybe there's 48 volt or 24 volt DC appliances that are cheap.
Yeah.
Maybe it only costs you like $200-300 to swap out everything that you're powering. to get it into that range if you really want to go with lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah. Any opinions on overvolting e-bike motors? No, do it.
Do it, yeah.
Do it.
It's just a motor. I mean,
It's just a motor. You can get another one.
You only live once. Yeah, I mean, I would overvolt them maybe 10%. You know, like
10%.
don't go crazy. But I mean, test it. Just you don't want to do your first test while you're there, and the motor's 2 feet away from your crotch. You want to test it in a controlled environment. You'll probably, what I've noticed, when you overvolt too much, you'll hear the motor start to scream.
And you'll start to smell it.
Yeah.
So if you can smell your motor, maybe you're
Lower
running
the
a little
motor,
too hard.
And if you smell it for too long, then your motor's screwed.
So the motor, your motors are just a big chunk of metal, copper, and the copper enamel starts breaking down and then starts shorting out, right? That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
So if your motor stays cool, even if you can, I guess you can saturate the fields, and it won't give you performance. But if you can keep it cool, you're still gonna get top whatever the performance that you're gonna be able to get on it. Right?
You're gonna get more speed. Like even there's a significant difference between a 13S and a 14S on a 48 volt e-bike motor.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it right away. So people who do build e-bikes, they almost always go 14S.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot more power than you think it would, even though it's just a little marginal of a difference.
Oh, by the way, here is a link to those batteries that he was talking about. Let's see. Let's look at Anmas. Oh, those look like rewraps, right?
Let me see.
Anmas Power ICR, 1500 milliamp hour lithium batteries. Where are the seller from? Oh, there's a guy in California.
How much are they? And how many do you get?
Yeah. So look, quantity. You can get 20 pieces for $8.
Well,
No.
select the color.
Select the color. Oh, and they have purple or blue? Come on.
So it's $26 for
20.
20. So you're paying about. I mean, it seems about right as to what a Chinese battery would be.
Yeah.
That are with a 1500 milliamps. So like,
1500 milliamp hours.
yeah, I mean, it's a fair deal.
Not high drain.
Oh, and they're not high drain.
Not high drain.
I mean,
They're used batteries. They're like rewraps or something, because out of 1500 milliamp hour, that means it's degraded. It's usually not.
Yeah.
The only reason you have low.
There's not a lot of
capacity.
machines out there that make 1500 milliamp hour cells. They're all at 22 or 26 now.
Yeah, for the past 10 years or something.
But I mean, these could be like, if you're getting free shipping, it could be not a bad deal. Like as far as the value that you're paying per kilowatt. But there's so many better batteries out there, especially like 1500 is like for a power wall. You want to go like 2000 or higher for sure, because then your power wall is going to be massive.
Massive, yeah. I mean, it's better than lead acid, I guess. But
Yeah. These cells are a better deal than lead acid.
Yeah. But not if they're mystery cells from China, because then you don't know whether
They could all be end of life.
Yeah. At the very least, they're not like making outrageous claims.
They have technology now that it just kind of sands off the spot weld. You don't even see it anymore. It sands and polishes.
Really?
That's how they make used cells look brand new. And those bastards won't like I want to get that just to remove the spot welds, and I can't find a machine.
Really?
Yeah, like that. Like you reach out and these people like act all scared. Like you're
really?
Like you found out. Yeah, because there's times where like I'll reach out to these companies to ask for like, how are you guys stripping your batteries down? Like seeing if I can buy that equipment. Like battery equipment, and then I'll ask them how do they. Like I know what they're doing, so I'll just be like, hey, how do you guys like, get the spot welds off and make it look like a brand new cell? Because like we want them just so we can remove the damn spot welds.
Yeah, there's a lot of these holders that we're starting to use that maybe like it gets in the way of the spot welds coming in the way.
I mean, what we do now is like we trim them and then we have like a little piece of metal and we just tap them both sides.
Yeah.
Because the spot weld is real soft.
Yeah,
so normally,
or the nickel strip, sometimes it stays there and it's like super sharp and you just want to knock that down or whatever. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Those don't look good. I wouldn't. I'd say
There's better deals out there right now.
I'd say stick with the 5 major brands.
Yeah.
And even if they're used and degraded, you know what they originally were. These, you don't know what they are. They're just.
And also, you don't know if they're only good for like 250 cycles. Still,
Yeah.
they could be like a grade. They grade their cells, grade A, B, C, D. You know,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah, they could be like, you know.
because what happens is like these companies will get a hold of used manufacturing equipment, and they're like, well, let's start making batteries. You know, but they'll probably make batteries like that and pump them out, and like they don't realize, you know, like. They're just, I mean, they're making the batteries, but they're not winding it up tight enough to get the high capacity, and the technology surpassed them. But you know, it could be something like that too. I mean, I wouldn't say for sure they're bad batteries, but most likely their chances of getting screwed are higher than they have to be.
Yeah. Let's see. Nearly 600. Wait, you got a question about smart chargers able to determine what kind of cell you place into it? No, Jehu, I got a question. I've been wondering about how specifically are smart chargers able to determine what kind of cell you place into it. Put a 08 volt LG cell in one and had an initial resistance rating of nearly 600, but it still knew what I put into it. I'm not familiar with those smart chargers. What do you mean they know what battery?
They know
you
if
put
it's
in?
like a life PO4 or a lithium ion.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I haven't used one of those.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that. I haven't experienced that.
I'm wondering
the
if-
Opus. No, it's the Opus. The Opus that I had to flip a switch to be able to
It
charge.
could do like it could notice based on the internal resistance. You know, like if it shoots a lot of energy through and it goes in fast, they would know that it's a life PO4. You know, because those are usually really high C-rated cells. That's the only I don't know like because how would they know based on the voltage? Because
because you could be at 20% of the same voltage, but it wouldn't. That voltage wouldn't respond to a load, either negative or positive, if it's towards the bottom of the charge cycle or in the middle of the charge cycle. So maybe that's how they do it. It would make sense that's definitely makes sense.
I wonder if it identifies it right away or if it identifies the cell not being able to charge past like a 3.8, or 3.6.
Yeah, if it gets stuck in that.
But if it knows, like you put it in, it just this is like lithium.
But it knows right away, right? I mean, it knows as soon as you pop it in, right?
Yeah.
Because it would have to choose the profile to charge at the beginning. Well, what else do we got here?
Yeah, 404 Dodge says it's mainly an internal resistance check.
There you go.
That would make sense. Oh yeah, also they know if it's lithium ion, nickel metal hydride, NiCad.
I see. I don't have the smart chargers. Which ones do that?
I don't know.
Which ones are you guys using?
Let us know.
Yeah.
We'll tear one of those fuckers apart live.
So magic then. No, we're not saying that. It's some kind of forgery. No, it's some kind of magic, I guess.
It says it's not 100% though. They can make mistakes. I've seen it.
Oh, I see. It's guidelines.
It's got to be like little
like guidelines.
like energy pulses they can do, and then whatever kind of.
It's like the laws here in Puerto Rico. It's more like guidelines. It sometimes gets it,
Yeah.
sometimes doesn't get it. Yeah. All right, guys. 12:52 is gonna be one. Let's do the last 8 minutes here, and then we'll call it a night or a morning.
Yeah.
Or a morning.
What time is it today? Is it 12
12:53.
o'clock where they're at?
12:53 according to this thing.
Oh, well, yeah. It could be time anywhere.
Yeah. So
we
back
gained
east
an hour, right? Or we went an hour and ahead coming from the East Coast.
Yeah. For me, it's 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay.
So what's one? I can't do math right now. My brain is
So it's
kind of dead right now.
8 o'clock where you are in California.
8 o'clock? Oh my God, we're early. Why are we quitting so early?
It feels late.
It
I
feels
think like after tomorrow the jet lag will be over because my anxiety was just ridiculous from that flight. Forget about it.
Yeah, their flight was a little rough. You were saying, right?
I actually took video. Like our flight attendant like flew through like a vicious storm. Like I was literally looking at lightning just shooting all around the plane, and holy shit! Like my palms were sweaty, and like I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack.
You were nervous.
Yeah,
I've never been nervous in a plane.
It was the first time I flew in like a long time.
Oh, okay.
You know, like,
yeah.
I just don't like I don't get out that much.
I'm always like, oh, there's rough. It's like it's going to potholes in the sky.
Well, the plane, like you hear the outside kind of crunching a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. It was when you just feel like like he just dips down.
It's like it just falls or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what did scare me? I was looking out the window, staring into the I don't know,
The
into space
abyss.
or whatever.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's a plane coming the opposite direction. And everything is like so serene. The clouds are moving slow.
Like why didn't you just go further away?
And I'm storing, and then he's like, shoo, this thing, and then it was leaving chemtrails, which then I
one
got.
of those. Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, what the hell?
Yep.
I should have recorded it in slow motion because I want to see.
Yeah.
That's my dream. I want to debunk the chemtrails. I want to see a plane up close that is leaving chemtrails.
Yeah. Like
that was my chance.
unexpected for you to see. Yeah.
And it was like this because
it's got to be. I don't think they're really doing that. Because think about how many human beings.
how many people here believe in chemtrails?
Yeah. If you believe in chemtrails, like I understand how it would work, like why they would do it, but like if you're
It's the Illuminati, man.
like but how many? Think about how many people have to do it.
Reptilians, the
We see
reptilian
them every
agenda.
day, you know. like one guy's gonna be on his deathbed and feel bad, you know, like
I see
you know what I mean, like and be like, look,
man.
guys, we've been spraying you fuckers for
people
years.
are crooks, man. They're nasty. They're nasty.
Or one guy's gotta have a change of heart, you know, like call out the whole thing, you know. Like if you were corrupt and you knew you were screwing over like the human race, and you felt like if you didn't give out this information, then the humans would be
Chemtrails are usually fuel cell. Fuel cell, yes.
fuel dumps.
Chemicals to dumb us down. To make the frogs.
I think we're.
What does that guy say? To make the frogs gay or homosexual? Come on.
I'm pretty sure like we're controlling the weather somehow. I think there's another country that's controlling the weather, and that's why we're getting because our weather patterns are really fucked up. Like
China,
in particular, in the
Russia.
last 4 or 5 years, something's up.
Yeah.
Like even in New Jersey, it very rarely just rains. It's either like all hell breaks loose with a bad thunderstorm, or nothing. You know, like it's very rare. It just rains, especially in the summer. And the way, like the patterns that the storms are taking are very irregular lately. So
Richard 57 he says, "Prove I used to be on the AF. What's AF? Doing that. Chemtrails are real. Freedom is just a dream." Well, that's true. Freedom
it
is
is
just
true.
a dream.
Like we really have no freedom.
We don't have any freedom. I can't even install some solar panels in my roof without having to ask permission. The government.
I saw like a YouTube video where it says,
"Make the freaking frogs gay."
This YouTube video says you're doing 5 things illegal every day. Throughout your life, just doesn't matter what you're,
rolling that stop sign.
Just shit you just don't think about, like stuff that like if you got caught for doing it over and over again, you spend like the rest of your life in jail.
You need another drink to keep me on. No, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to sleep. That's what I need to do.
I got woken up early late this morning. It was a rough day today for sure. Tired.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's rough. Chemtrails are experiments. So nothing strange about experiments.
Maybe the chemtrails are for weather modifications.
Yeah, which by the way, guys, today Beam, they posted a video about Puerto Rico and the fact that all these cryptocurrency entrepreneurs are moving into the island. You know, these big shot guys that are kind of annoying.
For tax breaks.
Breaks, and actually, it's like a test ground, right? Because it's
well, they have this thing. I forget what it's called like a, I don't know, there's a number to it, but it's a new, I don't know if it's a new tax code or something that like somebody just let everybody know is available.
Yeah.
But you only pay 4% capital gains
Yeah.
tax here.
They're trying to get some business into the island, so
Yeah.
there's incentives to
So
come
yeah,
here.
so basically like if you bought Bitcoin for like $100 per Bitcoin and now it's worth $10,000, all that money that you profited is taxable
Yeah.
if you live in the United States. But if you stay in Puerto Rico for 6 months or more out of the year,
Yeah.
then you don't pay federal taxes because Puerto Ricans don't pay federal taxes.
Yeah, you
they
can
only
claim
have
your taxes here. You
yeah,
can
they
do your
have like
taxes
their
here.
local laws, so you're
Yeah.
paying 4% as opposed to like 32
Yeah.
or 40%.
Yeah. And in that video, you get to see that the people of Puerto Rico have in the past been experimented on.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they, like about sterilization, about it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Or they'll change the law and then they all up and leave and just leave this whole area just vacant. you
Yeah,
know?
that's another thing that happens when you do experiments, whether it be
Yeah.
medical experiments or political experiments,
Right.
or in this case financial.
Yeah.
Using a new currency and stuff. But it's kind of exciting. We don't know where it's gonna go. I actually got hit up by a guy that want me to build a 1 megawatt hour
Oh wow.
pack
For-
to the cryptocurrency.
yeah.
And I was like, hey, let's talk about it.
I know like the
that's a-
mining, there's something screwy going on with the mining because the company that's making these, they call them ASICs.
The ASIC, huh?
Yeah,
ASIC
those
4s
are-
or the 9s, ASIC 9s.
It's like killing the CPU guys once they release them. But supposedly the company that makes the ASICs already has like a shitload of them already working.
Well, they're testing them.
Yeah, yeah. So like
Testing it.
they're basically like capitalizing on this market, and then they know that they're already drowning the market out. So by
Yeah.
the time they sell them to you, you got like a 3-month window
To make
and then,
money,
Then
yeah.
it's worthless again.
Yeah.
But there was a fork. There was like a hard fork that one of the cryptocurrencies did to knock all the ASICs out. And this
Oh.
was before the release of the ASIC that was supposed to hit it. I think it was Monero, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
I think when Monero forked, they realized like 80% of all the mining was wiped out, which means there was already ASICs mining their currency before they were even introduced to the marketplace, which basically exposed this company that they're already mining. They're mining and they're selling you miners.
Yeah,
But-
which is kind of a weird
yeah,
thing.
so
it's
instead
a
of, like, selling it to
conflict
you-
of interest right there.
Yeah. So they're screwing up the whole market of that coin already, and then leaving you with the crumbs, and then they're capitalizing on, you overpaying for something and never going to make your money back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's a weird, screwy thing. It's so new. We don't know where it's gonna go. Everybody's
Yeah.
kind of looking at it. So far, all I have done is lost money.
Yeah, I think it's here to stay, man. But it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of time to get it. you know.
Yeah.
There's going to be like a curve where all of a sudden people are comfortable with it.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
got to be able. There's going to be companies that come out that have there's a company that does a debit card, so you can use your Bitcoin with a debit card.
Really? That would be
Yes.
cool. Yeah. 'Cause then you can
if
just
everybody
buy it
just
anywhere.
buys Bitcoin, let's say you just Bitcoin was like a blade of grass. I just came in gave everybody a blade of grass, and people held onto it for an investment. It's not going to increase value. It's when you start trading those blades
It's
of grass.
when you use it. Yeah.
So people are buying it, but they're not spending the money. They're not
Yeah.
spending it and using it.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
especially like coin Bitcoin, right? Like that's
Yeah.
they call it the digital gold because it's the thing that you kind of invest in and you save.
Yeah, yeah.
You sit on it.
But if you just keep sitting on it, people are still mining it. So now there's more and more out there. So yeah, I think there's a guy like Andreas Ionopoulos or something. And when you hear him talk about Bitcoin and investing, he says, don't invest it. He said, use it. If you want Bitcoin to succeed,
Really?
use it.
Use it.
Yeah.
Damn,
'Cause
I need to-
if everybody just start
I need
using
to use-
Bitcoin, then if your friend's using Bitcoin, you see them using Bitcoin, and it's convenient, then you would do it. So anytime,
Yeah.
then you would need Bitcoin to spend it.
Guys, click on the link. Oh, actually, no. On my YouTube channel, I have a link for Bitcoin. No one's ever given me anything, but yeah, use your Bitcoin. Give me some.
Yeah. Just give it to us. We'll deal with it.
SEC shut down my currency business in 1999. I didn't have my ledger open though.
No.
Oh man. Well, They are letting people or property values drop to the lowest so they can swoop in and buy Puerto Rico on the cheap. Yeah, there's a lot of that happening, I think, or at least there's a lot of people that are saying, and there's a lot of evidence to maybe, you know.
Oh yeah,
that leads
people
towards
they take advantage of
yeah,
you know,
whether
tragedies.
it's like orchestrated or not, it is happening. A lot of people are leaving Puerto Rico, and then they're leaving the doors open for these billionaires to come in and just rake up, like, you know, all the profits and, you know. Yeah,
but also, I think like how much damage does it do if these people don't swoop in and take up these properties? You know.
Yeah, so there's a thing that's gonna happen
because at some point it'll go block by block. Like now, all of a sudden, this neighborhood's vacant, this neighborhood's vacant, and then people don't even want to live there because they think it's like a bad neighborhood when really it's just people had to leave. Like
people are like,
you know,
people are in Miami.
It'll all balance itself out. But yeah, there's definitely you know, sharks swimming in the water. You know?
Yeah. So if you have some money, you have some investment, move to Puerto Rico.
I would recommend it, man. Like today was
beautiful
awesome.
here.
It's so beautiful. Yeah.
It's like an awesome.
It's a little hot.
It's a little paradise in the middle of the Caribbean.
Yeah. It's like every day it's like 84 degrees every single day.
Yeah. And there's the ocean's right there.
Yeah.
Properties are cheap. They're half price of what you can get over there in California.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
So
nice.
you'll need to install a power wall because the grid is kind of unstable. And if you have a job that is normal, they might not be able to find it here. But if you're YouTubing and, you know, Twitching.
If you do if you work online, I mean, man, it's beautiful out here.
The connection's great.
Yeah.
60 down, 10 up.
Nice.
It's better than I have a home.
Yeah.
In California, which is crazy.
And the people are nice too, and they kind of they don't bother you. You know, like nobody's annoying or anything. They're just really cool people. Like everybody we met today was just really cool, and I was happy about that.
Can I buy land in Puerto Rico for cheap? Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, right now. I mean, cheaper than a lot of places in the U.S.
Now's the time to do it. You know, a lot. I even when we were on the plane, people were asking. I heard a bunch of people talking about how now's the time to buy in Puerto Rico.
Now's the time.
Yeah, because it's going to recover. Like it's not going to. This area is not going to just not recover.
No, I mean it's strategically placed.
Yeah, it's an island. It's like a beautiful island.
In the Caribbean, it's one of the biggest islands, in the Caribbean, right? So it's like.
It's gonna bounce back. Like I just came here, I'm like, man, I wish I, could buy a property down here. It would just be cool to have one. But because it's beautiful, and there's not a lot of.
If you buy some and you need someone to stay on it, let me know.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, I was thinking too, if we keep coming down here, like how much does a property cost versus what's it gonna cost us to rent and all that.
Yeah, here's the thing. If I ever make money, I will seriously consider coming down here. Right? I'm like, so I can save on some taxes and and then help Puerto Rico too.
Yeah.
It's not also that thing, right? It's not just you want to try and help those that need it the most, which is the same. This is the reason I'm here. Like we started with people that were like elderly, that were sick, had medical issues. You know what I mean? We all donated our time and we all donated our.
X-Men
talents and stuff.
2000X says the poor people will not recover. And you're right. Like when you have such low taxes in an area, there's not a lot of programs to help people. Javier comes across a lot of old women that are just fucked. Like
they have no one here. They have
nobody.
Everybody moved up to the U.S.
moved away, and they're just broke, and they have no water, no running water, no electricity. There's a lot of people that do need help. So there's poverty, as is with any country, and there doesn't seem to be like much of a support system for those people that are experiencing that. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, poor people won't recover, but the general areas will.
There will be foreign investment.
Yeah,
there will be a lot of millionaires that are moving here because that 4% capital gains tax is really attractive for people that have money.
Oh yeah.
For me, I'm poor. I'm broke. Like, what do I care about?
I'm going to move here to save $5.
But if I had like a sizable, investment and money that I was, then and I think it's gonna do great. I think it's like might not help the U.S. the mainland, but it's going to help this island.
Oh yeah.
Which is, by the way, guys, part of the U.S.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Like, these Bitcoin millionaires are going to help revive an economy because we went around tonight looking for places to eat, and we went to 4 places and they were all out of business.
Yes,
Like,
they're in the map.
Yeah,
But then you show up and you're like,
yeah. There's no lights
here?
on anywhere,
Yeah.
no sign of business, and we almost drove into the ocean
Because there's
we got
no
lost.
lights.
Yeah, we couldn't see where the fuck we were going.
We were like, what is down there? Oh, that's a cliff.
Yeah, it was a cliff and waves.
Yes. That's so crazy, man. But it's a beautiful line otherwise. You know, tomorrow morning when we get up, we're going to be like, oh, it's beautiful. You know, we would have died over there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Paradise.
In PR, the government is a problem. Yeah, you're probably right. Everybody we talk to, they say, well, also the police, they have laws, and supposedly the police don't enforce them.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And there's a lot of corruption too.
There's corruption. Yeah.
You see the mayors like storing all the FEMA stuff in their own like house.
Yes, there's a lot of
what a
stories.
piece of shit. And I bet you that guy will get reelected somehow too. Like if they caught him red-handed.
Yeah. Richard 57 newbie says, "Remember, Jehu, my sister has lots of money." And he says that she would give it to me. She would buy me 2 Teslas.
Oh, nice.
But she's not pretty.
Yeah.
So I just need to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
And I said, well, let me talk to Crystal. Let me talk to Crystal.
Yeah. Yeah, Tesla community, the community hubs. That's a good idea, you know, like especially if you had an emergency hub, you know, where just like some kind of roof with solar power on it, something like people can charge their phones for like emergency calls, or light, or even like I was thinking about like a solar powered grill, you know, because like you have to cook your food, you know, a lot of your food you can't just let it go. So yeah, maybe like a little, for certain communities, have a little center where they can cook their food, charge their phones, they have light, and just do some basic necessities, you know.
By the way, guys, that last week when Puerto Rico had a island-wide blackout, that same day I had a scheduled blackout.
Oh, really? In Cali, right? Yeah.
And I was in bed, like doing my computer, like reading. Oh my God, Puerto Rico's the thing. And I was like, oh, by the way, my lights are off. Like I was like, oh my God, like. And I thought, well, it's gonna come back in a few hours. But even though it was a scheduled blackout, and even though I knew that a few hours the lights would come out, I didn't at that point I didn't remember it was 12 hours or 6 hours. You know what I mean? It's like it's either a few hours from now or like later tonight or whatever. I felt anxious, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I gotta charge my computer. I got a 20 kilowatt hour battery in my den. Like I could do it, but then I got to go and connect the fridge because then I don't want the ice to melt and the meat.
Just imagine like 7 months of that shit. Oh, forget about it.
I knew the power was gonna come back in a few hours, and I was feeling.
And you're panicking.
You know, stress. I was stressed out about it. Yeah. I can imagine. Well, I mean,
you got to go through a thing where like it finally settles in, where you're like, all right. Like,
there's a point where you just give it up. Yeah. It's just frustration.
And you're falling behind. Like you just feel like everybody else has power. They have internet. You know, like you can't go get a job. You can't even get a fucking shower. You know, like you just at some point you get into this survival mode, and it happened like on an island wide thing, and just people are gonna freak out. When Hurricane Sandy hit, there was like fights at the gas stations after like 3 days, 4 days. People panic, and it's just, you know, it sucks. Yeah. I think now they're over that panic thing. Now it's like, all right, well, we're just going to accept this way of life where we don't trust our grid. Yeah. And our kids can't go to school, you know, or like that blows. So, I mean, I think this island can get rebuilt with solar power, and I think it's going to happen. It's like a perfect example. You know, if solar ever wants to be worldwide and really catch on, this is the best chance.
Yeah. Rental solar trailer generators will be everywhere in the future. Yeah. Time is good to get on it. Yeah. Let's build one.
Yeah, we do it.
Let's build a 53-foot container, or trailer full of batteries, and then we can rent it to all these like music festivals.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
dude, so imagine. Okay, so there are. Just think about Coachella. I don't know if you know what Coachella is. It's that festival out in the middle of the desert in California.
Oh man,
How
that'd be
many
cool.
people have now electric cars?
Yeah.
You know, and they want to go
And
to
they
this
have to
festival,
charge
and you're
it.
like, oh crap, what if like there's no charging?
Yeah.
And you're gonna be there for 3 days, and you're like, oh, let's just have a 53-foot container full of
Yeah.
batteries with plugs to charge your car. You just, you know, hey, you
That'd
don't
be
have to
pretty
go
cool.
anywhere. You just
Yeah.
charge while you watch the
Yeah.
the concert. You know what I mean? Like,
That'd be pretty neat.
we have the batteries,
We do.
right? We gotta do
Who
it.
wants to help us build that?
Yeah, I mean, hey,
The spot welding. Oh. The 53-foot container is pretty fucking big. Like,
Yeah.
you don't realize till you're standing in there and it's empty.
Yeah.
And then you realize how small a cell is. You're like,
Yeah.
oh no, that's a lot. That's a lot
oh
of cells.
yeah. You know, but here's the thing: you can charge a premium. Here's what I heard is happening in Silicon Valley. You know, they like Google, all these high tech companies.
Yeah.
They have these very well paid jobs for people, right?
Yeah.
And they're offering them like super high end perks. Like you don't have to like take your clothes. They wash your laundry. They take care of your
okay,
kid.
yeah.
They press your clothes.
Yeah, it's like a little community in there.
Free food,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
by like some chef or whatever. Like you know, like so
Yeah.
that they're like, no, you don't have to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
work.
stay here and keep working.
Keep
yeah.
working because we need you. Because there's like a lack of like high skilled
Right.
programmers and high skill, like high level skilled like workers
Oh, yeah.
in the tech industry, right? A lot of these guys are driving electric cars, and so they
Yeah.
have a service where they come to the parking lots of Google and Apple,
And
and
just charge them.
well, they fill it with the gas,
Oh, no
and they
shit.
charge a premium. But
Yeah.
people are like, oh, you know, the company picks up the tab because they're
Yeah.
like, oh, you don't have to go, you know, you don't have
They
to
have like a
waste
mobile
time.
thing where you just charge people's cars.
Boom,
around.
you
Yeah.
show up with the thing. You're like, oh, you got a Tesla? Guess
Yeah.
what? We're just gonna charge
Yeah.
it mobile. Mobile charge.
I wanted to do something like that for, well, to fill up like boats with gas because I have a boat and you get destroyed. Like if you buy gas from a pier, you know, like a gas stop, they charge you like an extra 15, 20, 30% more. It's a lot more expensive. And these boats still take like 300-400 gallons, you know.
Yeah.
But like we usually with the smaller boat we'll just go fill up at a gas tank, you know, use one of the our gas cans, and we save like a lot of money. But if we just had like a gas delivery truck and just focused on, you know, left like a note on every person's boat, like stop getting ripped off at that dock down the street, you know, like we'll fill you up. We'll come around once a week.
Yeah.
If you're filled up, then we'll keep going. If not, you know.
Yeah.
Because you have like a 20% margin on gas. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
huge.
Premium.
Yeah.
So there are premium gas. There ought to be premium, you know, like chargers.
Yeah.
For, you know, if you're at the right place at the right time.
That'd be
Someone
cool.
that's stalled in the middle of like nowhere, they would have absolutely no problem paying $20 for a charge. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
which is a premium on electrons.
Do they
right?
have a
Kilowatt
service? Like
hours.
if you run out of batteries when you're in an electric car, like who do you call?
So AAA had some like little trucks that had like a small battery, like 1-2 kilowatt hour
Just
or
enough
something.
to get you like the
just
next,
enough to like
yeah.
you know wake up your car or something. But I don't. It was like a test thing. I don't know if it's like widely implemented now.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. But yeah, definitely, I think there's a lot of room for a company. If you have money and you want to invest in a thing, electric cars are becoming a real thing. If you want to buy a bunch of batteries and do this service, you know, here's an
Yeah.
idea. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Give it a shot.
it's gonna be a thing.
People will need it. You know?
People always focus on the negative. They say, look at all the jobs that are going to be lost.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't
Look at
really
all-
look at like a.
Look at all the gas station owners that are not going to sell gasoline with electric cars. Because no, don't look at that. Look at all the jobs that are going to be made.
Yeah, they're gonna replace that. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I
then
mean?
it's gonna get cheaper and cheaper too. Like the more this technology grows, the cheaper it's gonna get. So like our cost of living is gonna drop significantly. You know.
Yeah, that's the
And
plan.
we're all going to
anyways.
be self-sufficient. We're not going to rely on, you know, corporations that don't give a shit about you. 53-foot containers are really
Misa
big.
Garcia spent 9 hours watching. Whoa, my God, Misa. Wow, is he still on? Let's see. Is he still? Yeah,
Lisa
he's still
Garcia.
online.
Is that your brother?
That's my brother.
Oh, really?
He's hardcore, man. 9
Yeah.
hours.
Nice.
Damn. Wait, so what if I do that? What if I type that in thing on my stream, will it give me my thing? Let's see. Stream Elements has been running for 1 day. Oh, come on! It doesn't tell me my stats. God, come on. Well, I guess the whole channel is my stats, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I'll help build a giant battery, says 404 for Dodge. In Puerto Rico, people just need a way to get energy. Energy hubs gives even the poorest people access to energy. It's like filling the gas tank. You know, yeah, I think Javier is working on a little microgrid.
Yeah. Also, Javier mentioned something about there was a company that donated a lot of gas generators, and people didn't have enough money to even buy the gas.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's probably certain parts of the island where poverty is an issue. You know, like deep poverty, where if you can't afford to fill up gas, you know, for a generator, like you're in a really, really rough shape. So for donations to those people that really need it, it has to be something that doesn't cost them money to keep up and running. So that's why a solar system with battery power is like perfect. You know, even if it's like a little system, it's something that gives them, you know, some time with light. But yeah, the last video that Javier did was like really fucking awesome. Like, do you see like the countdown where like the family's there and like just the kids like faces when they saw light for the first time, like fucking 7 months.
Yes.
It was just cool, you know.
Yeah, that must be a crazy feeling.
Yeah,
because you're like,
I mean, you
oh
get
my
excited
God.
because the light just turned on. You know, like
Light's a weird thing. If
Yeah.
you don't miss it till you don't have it. Imagine we were sitting here in the dark.
Yeah,
It would totally
It
be.
would suck.
Yeah.
This whole stream would suck. And,
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to stream, one.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do that.
Two, we would be maybe, I don't know, maybe more relaxed, but maybe we would be. I'd say we'd probably be kind of depressed because we're like, oh, it's kind of dark in here. It's kind of quiet.
The ice would be melting.
We're hot.
Yeah, just to like not even like have like an ice maker. Just all the basic stuff that you're so used to.
Yeah.
All the stuff you've like taken for granted and never thought about will come rushing in.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I've been 20 minutes watching. What? Oh, no. That's not me. 50 minutes. 2 hours and 50 minutes watching. Me? Jehu Garcia has spent 9 hours and 30 minutes watching Jehu Garcia. Man, that guy's so full of himself. God. Get a rest. Go watch
I've
someone
seen
else.
Every minute of content you made on here, WD49.
You're hardcore WD
Yeah.
409. Wow, thank you. Thank you for all the support. Okay, guys, it's 1:21. We went 21 minutes over.
Cool.
But we said we were gonna
See
go.
you, McLoopy. It's nice to see you too, man. I'm sorry for anybody we couldn't get to your questions.
To your questions, yeah.
It was like a good 45 minutes where just the thing was flying, and then
Yeah.
we get sidetracked. Next thing you know, you're 40.
You guys are
off.
typing too fast.
But yeah, sorry. We'll try to. I think it'd be cool to have set it up to where you have like a moderator. If there's a way to feed like certain, because a lot of times it's people talking to each other.
Yeah.
You know, but
no, so
there's-
that was happening. Like Misa and Javier were actually sending me questions.
Oh, so they'll forward them.
Yeah, and then they would appear
nice.
here.
That's
you know,
pretty
he
cool.
mentioned about someone that donated, someone. So yeah, Misa was busy doing things.
Oh,
Thanks,
nice.
Misa.
That's cool, man.
For moderating
That's awesome.
all the way from California. He's like 6,000 miles away.
Yeah.
That's the world we're living. We're sitting here essentially talking to ourselves.
I know.
Because there's just it's the
Just
camera there.
people all over the world just can.
Yeah, but
watch
there
it.
was
That's cool.
almost 100 people of you at one point watching this thing, and
Nice.
thank you all of you guys for spending some time
Yeah,
with us.
and somehow we didn't get drunk tonight.
Well, it's a lot of
So-
talking, dude. That's a lot of
Yeah,
work.
it's hard to drink that much when you're talking.
Yeah, well, it burns calories too.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, my voice is like, every time I do this thing, so it's like,
Mm.
oh my God, I gotta like, it takes a toll on your voice. Like,
Maybe tomorrow night we'll do a drunk cast.
hey,
Well, Steve passed out.
he left. Well, he's an early riser, right? So
Yeah, well, he slept for 5 minutes.
literally.
Yeah. We got here 4:30 in the morning. By the time he went to bed, it was 6.
Yeah.
And then he's up at 6:30 taking a shower and going
Oh my
down to the beach.
Come on. Yeah, you went in, yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, we're all off our time zone's a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
I'm 4 hours different, and I'm a night owl and stuff, but
Yeah.
well,
Next
drunk
time.
cast.
Yeah, drunk cast. would be fun.
Tomorrow.
We should just schedule it. Let's schedule a drunk cast.
yeah, and I'll upload right now what we did today, and it won't be super like produced or whatever. I'm just like get together like little clips of what we did today. It's actually pretty exciting. We received pallet of batteries, and we're all exciting like little kids. We're like,
Yeah.
you know.
Today was more just like meeting people and
Yeah.
trying to lay out plans for the rest of the week.
Yeah. So tomorrow we're gonna get really technical. So then, if you guys are into that stuff, stay tuned on my channel. I'll stream.
If you want to learn about Patreon too, tomorrow. will be the
tomorrow.
day.
Yeah. We're gonna.
I'm gonna
hopefully-
learn. I've never messed around with a Patreon before.
Yeah,
So.
our goal is to build a battery, 14S probably, 48 volts.
Yeah.
And then use the Batrium and then reconfigure it so it like we can have it running. And so we're gonna go through the process.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Some
gonna be
trial
super
and error.
easy, maybe, but then we're gonna have Jaren hopefully kind of guide us through, because I don't remember. Like he got me through the thing, and then I was like,
Yeah.
and so hopefully we can get on camera. That way, like you guys that are going through this, you can use it as kind of a reference and stuff.
Right.
And you can see how powerful that is.
I think you guys will, once you see it, you'll know why it's worth the money. The stuff that it can do is good, but it's kind of like it seems a little too hard technically to kind of dive in and spend that money, and have to put all that time and effort into figuring it out. But I think you'll realize it's a lot easier than, it's not like a daunting task for someone that's not familiar with it.
Pretty much. All right, guys. With all of that said, thank you for spending time with us.
See you
Thank you for all your
guys.
support. Thank you for all your donations. Thank you for, if any of the sponsors, the patron supporters are here. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome, and everyone else. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right?
See you. Thank you.
See you guys till next time.
Yeah, these seats are uncomfortable.